One of the most joyful songs of all time. And hey, it's the Bennington show. Ron Bennington, Gail Bennington. Ron Bennington. This, even with the UN in session and the Trump building just being nothing but fucking dump trucks on one side of the road.
Yeah.
And then police vans nose to nose on the other side of the road. I still came in on a cab today all by myself.
How?
The Jews taking a little day for themselves. Much bigger part of this city than anyone ever realizes.
Man, yesterday I got so stuck in Midtown.
Yeah.
Because they just were... Now, was Trump still here as of yesterday? Or
I think
this
he's
is
still
just
here this morning.
Dude.
I had it on this morning. He was talking at the UN.
Then he went by, and I was on a blog with nothing but annoyed New Yorkers going, what is this, Trump? Are you kidding me? And the cop's like, I can't tell you when we'll be ready. We just have to wait until, and the whole, it was like EMTs, right. Secret Service, like all the things. And I was like, did Trump just drive by me, or this was just UN stuff? I couldn't tell.
Well, that's the thing. If you'll just say, like, even the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka will get a longer thing than he probably gets in his own country.
Right.
But Trump, that's the Mac Daddy of and no one can move, and cops are just glaring at you like you're looking for trouble, and you're just like, dude, I'm just trying to cross the street.
I just need to get
back up, sir. Please. Just back it up. Secret Service are looking at me. And this could be a big bump up for me if things go my way. I'm just going to get this out of the way. The Big Brothers podcast on the iBang has been canceled.
Oh, no.
Suspended because nothing against the brothers themselves. It's just the game of Big Brother stinks so bad. It is the lost of game shows. That's it. So glad to have it suspended. There was a 5-minute interval where Chris Stanley could have came in and expressed himself, and he did not.
Why didn't you, Chris?
I was asleep is what happened.
You're asleep at 1:35 a.m.
I fucked up.
This staff is always on call, right?
I get that.
I mean, we were all ready with the text.
Yeah. 100% of the time. That's all I want. 100% of the time. Because I did not watch Big Brothers because I was at the stand for 2 sold-out shows of their 5th anniversary. Dr. Jim Gaffigan stopped by last night.
Wow.
Very
the good doctor?
The good doctor was there. And it was a fun night all the way around. And then I thought to myself, I can't run into anybody because, I've got the entire thing taped. And I forgot. No one gives a fuck outside of this room.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Nobody cares.
I could have asked people on the street on the way back, like Cash Cab. I could have been just yelling out my window like Cash Cab. No one would have gave a shit. But it was such it was hilarious.
It was funny.
It was funny.
Sad and funny, both. Like a dark comedy.
But I said this early on. First of all, the Big Brothers were wrong about everything all season. Anybody is able to go back to like the first or second show and hear these 2 fucking, I'll just say it, animals.
I'll accept that.
Screaming that Kevin is a lock of fucking America's favorite player.
Wow.
Now, having said that, I understand why America didn't pick up on it because he was ignored. Even last night.
He was.
By Big Brother. Ignored. He was one of the most colorful characters that we've had on that show in many a year.
And I will admit, I think that Josh was one of those colorful type characters.
Yes.
Not necessarily the type that you would have thought got to the place he was going to get, but I was happy for having him on this season because he was like a shit stir. He was dramatic. He cried all the time. He was ridiculous. He was fun. Did he play the game the best?
Another reason why Big Brothers got canceled, go back and listen to the original episodes, and they said this guy doesn't have a chance. He's clueless. He thinks that Paul likes him and will take him to the end. He won't make it until next week. He's the next to go. This show is worthless to the listener.
There was some shoddy predictions, sure.
We got a lot wrong.
You got a lot wrong, and you got nothing right. Okay?
We didn't even get Dr. Will not coming back for the Jersey.
I know.
Or like this thing's ruined.
He trolled us.
The silver-haired Dr.
Oh
Will
my
coming
goodness.
back.
I was so intrigued. Like, I like the silver fox look, but then the whole time you're looking at him, you're like, but you look younger than you did 15 years ago. It's so strange.
Well, you know, he's
Yes.
was a face doctor?
He is.
Dermatologist.
And he just sits there and scrapes at his own face all day.
No, I'm like, oh, that's what happens when you're bored at work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to do a few injections today.
Right. When you know a tattoo artist and they're just
Right,
fucking
covered.
covered. They got tattoos under their fingernails. They're like, look, do you like this? It's my mom's name. So canceled, done, over. And it's weird that we won't even get a last episode.
That's just sad. I mean, part of me really would like to hear what they had to say about the last episode, but I guess it's canceled.
I mean, we had a lot to say. It would be nice to be heard on the last episode.
Can I tell you the problem? You're both great guys.
Thank you.
You don't work well together.
No.
Perhaps the only way to do this is competing Big Brother shows next time.
That would be great.
I already have my co-host. So.
I would love. I don't need a co-host.
What- You're just going to do what, like an hour yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 hours a week.
I love the idea of you doing Slurpee's Big Brother's Roundup.
This is Slurpee's Big Brother Roundup. And boy, did you check out that wall comp last night.
Boy, did you check out? Boy, did you? I mean, did you?
That's my catchphrase. Boy, did you?
What I want to do is no, you guys split. You each get a co-host. The next Big Brothers, all those split. They all get new co-hosts until finally we have thousands of Big Brothers shows. And you guys can guest on each other's shows.
Oh,
it's
great.
like Gaslight Digital or whatever the fuck you guys call that. What's it called again?
GasDigitalNetwork.com.
Doesn't make sense.
We'll be on tonight at 8 p.m. live.
We'll be on it tonight at 8 p.m. live. He
High
doesn't say
Society
what
Radio.
it is. He doesn't. Now he's talking under me. This is what he does to poor fucking Vito.
I don't talk under Vito. I tell
you
him.
do.
I tell him
Wait,
what's up,
hold
what's
on.
what.
Vito, explain yourself.
Every week I try to go out there and I try to give the people an honest opinion and analysis on the show we all love, Big Brother. And every week I have to deal with this large, massive a man who doesn't keep up with the Reddits, doesn't keep up with the show, doesn't always watch everything.
Only one thing that you were wrong about, the fact that you believe that you have people listening. That was, other than that, you were right 100% through. Now, I will say this for Vito. You said jury management was going to be big. I say this instead. Just hand out roses, because this fucking show is as dumb as The Bachelor, and we're dumb for watching it.
It really, really is disappointing. That was maybe the most disappointing jury of all time. Like, I'm not even going to say it was the most disappointing verdict. I mean, the verdict is bad, but it's more about the
Why
fact
they
that
did it.
they've gathered a bunch of idiots who knew nothing of the show and didn't get that it is not that they're the ones who decide. You have to pick them. Then there's a new way to decide, because if these people are going to be butthurt, then you're encouraging people not to play the game well.
Look, I thought to myself, well, what if America's vote once or twice? But those morons voted for fucking Cody.
That I had the same feeling.
They would have voted for an empty chair against Paul.
Yep.
And I think it comes down to two things. A, they don't like the game as much as the people in this room, including Slurpee.
Thank
You know
you.
what I mean? Even though he doesn't know it
I know it.
or get it or understand it,
That's slander from Vito.
he likes it. He likes the idea of it. And then more important than that, I believe, is there's the last two seasons had to have an element of racism. Paul looks like he has flown a fucking plane into the Twin Towers.
Yeah, and I think
And
it is.
America turned around and voted for adult, right? A really unsympathetic character just because he says he was a Marine. That's it. That's how fucking knee-jerk we are. And it's great that he was a Marine, but has nothing to do
It has nothing
with
to
what
do.
we were talking about here.
Yes, and he was, I will say, the worst person in the game. And thank you, Dr. Will, when he said, oh, Paul only got this thing. He's like, look at the way you benefited from the game. I mean, the halting hex was used in his favor. He got a battle back. Like, come on. He got a lot of help.
Right.
That he's acted. I mean, the only reason he's in the jury are because of those two things.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
he wouldn't even be on the jury.
And as a matter of fact, his chick got the halting hex. He didn't. So she saved him at the cost of her own game, because as some of the players, the interesting thing is the players that were kicked off before totally got it. You know what I mean?
Right.
They come back to a place of reality.
Yeah.
This is fucking not reality where we are.
No.
They are fucking cock fucking sane in that house. CBS knows it. CBS is liable for driving people insane every year.
And Alex and Cowboy too, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Alex is one of my least favorite house guests of all time. She's just a terrible person.
But I'm putting Cowboy too in the same mix because they acted the same, they did the same shit.
Would you guys be willing to, if I said you could do a post roundup show, but you book those guys on phones and just give them fucking face jobs and use the word racist?
100%, I will do that.
I'll bully them. I'll fucking bring out virtual pots and pans.
You don't need to bully them. You just need to fucking throw the truth at them.
Yeah. And I think that like Dr. Will attempted to do that. Like he attempted to be like, you guys are a bitter jury. Are you okay with that? And they're like, yep. Why?
That blew my mind. When Elena was like, there's a thing as a bitter jury and I'm bitter. It's like, no, you can't. Like, you can let the craziness of being bitter kind of get you, but you can't go out there and be like, I'm bitter and I know Paul played a better game, but fuck him.
Yeah, and a lot of these people had weeks to get over it. You know what I mean? Like weeks to get over it. I understand.
There's never a time. Always the great thing in that show is that when the next person would come into the fucking jury house, right? Everybody there would laugh their asses off. It was funny. They fucking got you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if we were sitting around in the house and we fucking hated Chris and Chris came in, we'd all be fucking laughing and be like, I fucking told you, dude. You didn't listen. There was none of that. The second after the vote and they showed them the Paul thing, they all laughed and went, oh, fuck. Now I get it. What?
Yeah.
How did you not get it when you all said, I thought Paul was with me?
God, it was so ridiculous.
Everybody but Alex are going to disagree and say that they voted wrong. But Alex will stick with her guns because she's a fucking narcissist. Here's our buddy Lois. Lois, I know you watched every episode of this.
Oh, man, I loved it. I totally disagree with you guys. I mean, I had the best time this season. I thought the finale was freaking awesome. The way I see it is the game isn't over until that confetti drops. So if they want to screw the guy over that they think played the best and double-crossed him, I think it's fair game.
To me, and, Vito tried to talk to me about Paul's, speech and all. I go, look at the other guy. Yeah. He fucking broke down like a waterhead at a spelling fucking contest.
I was going to cry.
You know what I mean? He fucking didn't know where he was. He had to be touched by Paul, like, hey, buddy, pull together. And he was like, I fooled you, I was a super fan. Nobody fucking cares who's a super fan.
He fooled us.
That's like a guy coming into the fucking NFL going, I've been watching the fucking Rams since I was a little kid.
You didn't tell
I know
us that.
this game. I know this game.
It was the worst reveal. Everybody has these big reveals of their secret jobs, and he's like, I watched the show.
Everyone's like, yeah, okay.
Two of my favorite moments from last night was when Cody won the money, and he wasn't even excited. And I think it was Julie Chen or somebody was like, what do you have to say? And he was like, this just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he said this is a mistake.
Yeah,
because he knows.
He's like, but I'm a terrible person.
Yes.
Why would America like me?
I'm going to be on Broadway in American Psycho, the fucking musical.
Yeah, the other funny thing, I don't know if anybody caught it, was when Cody and Jessica were hugging and Kevin's arm got stuck in.
No, I missed that.
Oh my
that's
God,
hilarious.
that's really funny.
That's fucking genius.
He's standing there like trying to pull his arm out from under them.
That's great. All right, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Right.
Peace.
Right.
Love that kid.
Oh my God. What a show, man. It's
How did
just
both
so
the Big Brothers miss that? You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. They don't. Oh, there it is right there.
Oh my God, that's so awkward.
But look how he's like a gentleman. He doesn't even fucking like, hey, get off my arm. He just lets it right out.
Maybe he's copping a feel.
Chris.
Now that's him hugging Alex?
I think that's Alex. Isn't she?
So he's being thank you for being
a flower.
A baby about things.
Dr. Will hosted the Facebook Live thing after, and it was better. It was better than most of the season. Like Paul comes up, and Paul goes, "So I lost Big Brother again," and Dr. Will goes, "And you lost Candy Crush. So what CBS show are you going to go on next and lose?"
How's that funny?
Burn.
How's that even funny?
I love Dr. Will. I can watch him do anything.
But that means that you can't be trusted. You know what I mean? You just can't be like Santa's here all the time.
His opinion's tainted.
I wanted Vito to be on the show next year. And now I can say no.
I think I do pretty well.
I think he'd win because he's like the Josh of this show.
I don't want to be the Josh.
You are fucking you're the Josh of our show.
Yeah. That's why I can really imagine. You're a super fan, sensitive guy.
I'd definitely cry a lot. I'd cry day one. For something ridiculous, like not even emotional thing. I just start crying about something.
Oh, loves your mom.
I love my mom.
I would
like
throw
Josh.
I would throw a note over the fucking wall. Something bad happened to your mom. And watch you fucking tear the wall down trying to get out of there. They'd be climbing it like fucking King Kong. They're fucking shooting drones at him and he's slapping them more.
Would you guys write my HOH letter?
Yeah, I would.
You would fill it with lies.
Yeah, I'll just say you're fired.
Everybody in the house is against you.
Hey, Josh in Jersey.
Hey, I was wondering if you guys have talked about Rick and Morty or BoJack Horseman lately.
Well, neither. I don't really watch cartoons. That's the big thing for me. People will say to me, BoJack. I mean, I've seen some of the Rick and Morty clips because they go viral every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would anybody watch this? But I swear to God, people go, you got to watch BoJack Horseman. So finally, like the other day with a friend, I'm like, why? This is a person who has depression. They go, it's the best example of depression I've ever seen in my life. I go, A, why would I watch a cartoon? And then B, why would I watch it? Be depressed?
A sad cartoon.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
I mean, I don't work at a hospital because I would actually feel like I would get everything that people had. Do any of you guys watch this BoJack?
I watch BoJack and Rick and Morty. I really like BoJack. It's the first season is really different. Like the first season, just a parody of sitcoms. And then the next 3 seasons are, like you said, just really depressing. It's like kind of the way Mad Men was about going into like Don Draper's life and like his history and like who he is. That's what BoJack is, where it goes into this horse's like upcoming and why he's so.
It's a cartoon,
awful.
dude.
I loved it.
Fucking cartoon.
I find disturbing the horse. Just watching a horse cartoon character. I think.
What
it's
would you rather
off-putting.
watch? A bear?
I think a bear would be
There's
much
bears
more.
in it too. There's lots of animals.
Yeah, but BoJack's a horse, right? He's BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, that's his name. He's not a cat. That's Princess Caroline.
Do you feel like you got him there? Have you watched any of it?
I've never watched any of it. I've only seen like commercials for
I've
it.
literally heard from friends. People go, you got to watch it, dude. You've got to.
And the cast is crazy. I mean, I should be watching it because it's like Will Arnett and Amy Sedaris and Paul F. Tompkins. Like, these are all people I love.
I love all these people
Yeah.
too. But it is a cartoon.
Yes.
It's not a cast. That's fucking not a real cast. And they're like me going, do you believe the cast that the Flintstones had?
Great ensemble.
It's about depression, the Flintstones.
I'm depressed just hearing about adults sitting around watching a cartoon about depression. It's got to mean something is wrong.
Is it sad enough to make you cry?
I mean, I've never cried from it, but I think it has its funny moments. Like, it's not a lot of like punchlines. It's more about like situational. And it's just weird. Like, part of the comedy is just the fact that like a cat and a mouse are together and they're debating having a child together, and like the cat has issues with getting pregnant. It's like weird stuff like that.
Are there any humans on it, or is it all animals?
Yeah, there's a mix of humans. BoJack had a multi-episode arc with a person voiced by Alison Brie. She was a human. He was a horse.
And no one's freaked out that a horseman's talking.
No, nobody. She's actually with.
It's
We're
another universe. This
suspending our
isn't fucking.
disbelief here. He is a
This isn't-
horseman.
This isn't our fucking universe, okay?
I mean,
so
you
no
watch
one's gonna
Game
be
of
freaked
Thrones.
out.
Like, this is a person who watches Game of
He
Thrones.
jacks to it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you haven't watched The Douche yet, right?
I haven't yet.
Here's what makes me laugh so much. The fucking first 2 episodes, there is so much tit, ass, dick, vagina. in this, right?
Really?
And you know it's not going to go on like that. All these fucking shows,
Yeah.
in their first season, just nudity, sex, and then the second season, none.
I would love to see of these kind of HBO or like streamable shows, just like a flow chart of just like the decrease of sex and nudity throughout. Because it's got to
Every
be,
single one of
it's got to drop. Because I've noticed it before as well, where you're like,
Yeah.
don't worry, you'll be seeing lots of tits. And then season 2, you're like, where are the tits? Where did they go?
I watched this show called Episodes that's, just barely hanging on now, but, I've been through it so much. But this season, just like, they've given up on any sense of fucking reality or what the show started about. The first season, constant banging. And this one sick fuck is just constantly banging his secretary. And then last night they banged, but we didn't even say it. They're like, yeah, last night we fucked. You know what I mean? Like,
God, what happened? I used to be in on this.
Yeah.
I used to be privy to this information.
The only show that I know on HBO that ever kept up with the sex was True Blood. Because like after season 2, the show just got really bad, and they were like, let's not do plot anymore. Let's just have all fucking. And then wolves were fucking each other, and fairies were fucking each other.
There's a breakdown of all the nudity by season 4 Game of Thrones.
all right.
Sorry, so season 1, there's 33 naked people. Season 2, 16. Season 3, 19. It goes back up to 28. And then by this last season, there's 6 naked people.
See?
Interesting.
Huge drop off.
Interesting.
I mean, that's another one. There was a sex scene in the final episode that were like, in the old days, we would have saw a lot of that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
instead, it was just some light humping and like naked man back. You're like, that's not enough. That's not enough.
Naked man back. That's my thing.
Wasn't even a nip.
Back? You got some back flap. Here's our friend Jill. What's up, darling?
Hi, guys.
Hey.
I was watching last night Big Brother, and I'm convinced that Raven standing for Paul lost him the 500,000 because she's so unlikable, and everyone hates her so much in that jury.
Here's the thing is, too, Raven could have owned the season because she's fucking beautiful face, beautiful body, fucking great backstory, and she's just such an annoying person that she was the most hated ever.
I mean, a circumstance in which she's trying to convince the jury, and she's like, I mean, for example, Christmas had surgery, and everyone's like, okay, here we go.
I know what it's like to go through surgery. Look at this fucking transistor radio in my belly. But having said all that, right? I'd still rail fucking Raven with a Mark jerking in the fucking corner. And I'd already written on his fucking chest, cunt boy in lipstick, and put lipstick on his mouth. He's just jerking his dick. It's it'll be fun for Mark and Raven to find out how hated they were as they get out, because they're going to go read about themselves.
Of course.
She has a hashtag.
Absolutely.
Hashtag Raven Exposed Party, where people just write mean things about her.
Oh,
And her family.
Yeah, that's bullying, isn't it?
Yeah.
After a while.
But
Yeah.
I really think Mark and Elena would have come around to Paul's side, but I think just her constantly being like, Paul was the mastermind, we should vote for him, just turned them off so much that they stayed bitter. And I
Oddly, out
really
of
think it's her
everyone,
fault he lost.
almost out of everyone, I say fuck Elena. I mean, she's
Yeah.
so stupid. She
I
went out
hate
so
her.
early and she did nothing.
She didn't care. She actually said she didn't want to. It wasn't about winning the game. It was about getting exposure
Yeah.
for her. So she's just like, as long as I make it to jury, I guarantee X amount of TV time. I left my job for this show, and it's just like, why is this person on here?
Yeah.
It just stinks. And that's why the little twink who got out the first episode was just so upset. He's like, I really wanted to play.
Right.
I
Cameron.
really wanted to play.
There was a DR early on where Elena said, I just want to get my sloppy tits out as much as I possibly can.
Boy, are they sloppy.
Yeah, they are. But I give her
Looks
all the
like
credit.
someone's on slop this week.
Tits, that is. Hey, we'll be right back to Big Brother. But seriously, they should have just fucking opened veins in that jury house. I just had no respect. But I would admit, I really don't. Uh-oh, Jesus Christ.
you okay?
Trump's here. Trump's here.
Hey, It's Midtown.
Yeah. I dislike Paul as much as anybody does, but do you have one other person in the house that you would have given it to?
No, there's nobody that played a game except for Paul. He controlled everything from day one.
I will say that very early when we were all discussing possibilities, I'm like, I think it would be fun to see Josh win. And I think that there's a slim. The one thing I will say about my prediction is I said, no matter if it's Christmas, Paul, Josh, I said it's going to be one vote, and I have a feeling Paul is going to fuck it up again. I knew it was going to be a
You should have your own Big Brother show. Maybe you and Jill could do one next year.
Big Sisters.
Yeah. No, we still call it Big Brothers, and you guys put on fake mustaches. I just can't stand how fucking flawed the game is at the end. It's just stupid.
It really was frustrating this time. It was so frustrating not to see the best player win, even though I love Josh. It was like, come on.
You know,
dude.
Josh is a personality. I agree with you. I get the biggest kick out of him.
Yeah.
But the thing of watching Paul screaming, no, like that was so great.
I know.
From a TV point of view.
I know, it really
he wasn't
was.
hiding it.
Yeah.
He said not again also.
Yeah, not again.
It's then when Cody won the America's Favorite, I think that's when he just totally realized everything was
because
lost.
Cody gets to be the deciding factor, the last vote, and then Cody also wins America's Favorite. It's just too cruel.
And let's face it, Cody went against his word, not for it.
Yeah.
He said, I'll vote for Paul.
Yeah.
I think him, Mark, and Elena just got together, made an agreement before they got to the votes.
You know why? Because Mark and Elena are followers. They didn't make an agreement. They listened to Cody.
Yeah. Mark was literally in love with Cody, and he would have done anything Cody said.
Mark, despite everything that he's done for himself working out, is still a little fat boy. He's got the personality of a little fat boy that the other kids are mean to. And he sits and fucking stews with it. And then there's a certain point where he's just going to freak, start scratching and pulling hair. He's going to blow. All right, Jill. See you next season of Big Sisters.
All right.
Bye, Jill.
Bye.
Jerry, Bestchester, Westchester.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? Hey, I think you guys are underselling a little bit that the bitter jury is part of Big Brother. And Paul has to know that when he screws everyone, makes alliances, that they're all going to talk at the very end. I mean, I don't think you're talking about that enough. And also, my one prediction I want to mention, and I'll hang up, is that Cody and Jess will be an amazing race within a year, no doubt about it.
All right, first of all, don't even, don't dump out, because you need to hear this. To hear about bitter jury, that's like saying to me, "Oh, bitter referees are fucking part of the NFL." No, that's bullshit. You have an obligation to the game, and the game is about lying. Fucking Vito has brought this up on Big Brother, is why, Chris has snorted and spit. But he's saying he hates the team play, and people say that we're on a team and we're doing this together. It's a one-person fucking show. The alliances are supposed to crack.
Right.
If
they
not,
have to.
we don't enjoy the show.
Yeah.
We don't enjoy the show.
I had this feeling last night, like, what could Paul have said? And I was thinking if Paul had just made it more clear, yes, you guys are probably upset that you're sitting there and we're sitting here, but I only ask that you look at this as a game. And I'm like, what I'm expecting him to do is explain the game.
Right.
Like, that's not, like, it's not his job. All he had to do was make a case for himself. But the frustrating thing was, the only thing that wasn't there was them understanding, do you want to pick the best player of the game? And the answer was no.
And they don't. And it means that they don't like the game. You know what I mean? And that there are people who will say, fuck the Yankees suck, or the Cowboys. They're not fucking fans. You know what I mean? They're in some other place. If you enjoy sports, you enjoy the Yankees fucking winning, and then beating the Yankees becomes the greatest thing that could happen to you.
Right.
But you don't sit around and go, the Yankees, we've got to try to take this fucking win away from them that they won. Because look at all the benefits they have. They're in market number one. All those things exist.
Yeah.
You got to beat it. In the case of this, if the players are that bad, then you got to blame CBS.
Yeah.
Was there any reason that Mark and Raven were in that fucking house? Was there any reason Mark and Elena were in that house? I mean, at least with Jason and Alex, they were fun players, whether you loved them or hated them.
Yeah, agreed.
But the other ones, they just sat around and whined.
Because you know why? Casting, all they care about is finding people that they think will be in showmances, and that's big for them.
And Julie Chen, after the show, like the way she was pushing how much that they love the idea of like, we have a way better track record with relationships than The Bachelor. Like, that's not what you should be proud about at the end of the day, is that relationships last longer from your show than The Bachelor. Your show's not about relationships. Your show's about winning $500,000.
And we've also forgotten what the term showmance was. It wasn't saying like, oh, we met on the show and we fell in love. Dr. Will was saying that in a mean way. Like, look, this is just for the show.
Right.
This is a romance that I'm using to my benefit. And I flirt with her and we joke around and we cuddle in bed. But I'm trying to get her vote. And I'm trying to get her to vote out people that I want. And I'm trying to get her to talk to the girls. Showmance was actually kind of a devious word. It was not a nice thing.
And what Dr. Will invented on that show was blatant lying, right? And that is what happened this year.
Yeah.
The fucking thing is, can you lie to people and be able to take them out? It's a parlor game.
Yeah.
It's a parlor game. It's not life. To sit around and act like he talks of friendship and you're a fucking psycho, dude. You're a psycho. Because friendship doesn't even exist during your 4-year college career. Because that's a fucking, also, like a ridiculous bubble that you're in. It's not the real world. See the movie called Big Chill. You'll see all about it, my friends.
I think everyone who's going to be on the Big Brother cast should have to watch the Big Chill first.
I would like to call this Big Chill Town. And I'm going to remake the Big Chill, just using the people from Chilltown coming together. Hey, do you believe it's been 12 years since we...
What about honorary members of Chilltown?
So does Frank Vicious get to come in there?
We're going to cast it and put it together, Vita. It can't all happen during the initial pitch.
Jesus,
This is why I won't have you in a pitch meeting. You'll come up with something that'll make the suits go, wait, he's right. This doesn't work. Oh, man. So that's it. We fucking hate Big Brother now, and we refuse to put out the last Big Brothers.
It was a good run.
Stop, Chris. You should be supporting
Why
the
does
podcast.
Chris want his own podcast to die?
Because it hurts Vito, and he will hurt
It's
himself.
awful.
I'll
Vito,
hurt myself
you
there,
chose
for
your
sure.
alliance poorly.
I know, but I'm working on a new alliance.
You guys need to see a little fucking fable called like the Scorpion and the Frog, because that's the motherfucker right
Yep.
there.
It's in his nature.
It's in his nature.
I'm just a froggy bitch.
All right, Vito. I don't like when you fucking self-mutilate. Let
I
us
do.
mutilate you.
Okay.
I like the self-mutilation.
Cam, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, hey, I just want to say, in any other season, I think we would have been talking about what an idiot Josh was for taking Paul. I couldn't believe it when he chose that, but these people were so stupid it didn't matter, I guess.
The fucking Cuban foreign scump. He got himself all the way through. God bless him. And I'm glad because he gets to help out his wealthy family. So that's good.
I think that it's pretty obvious then that Josh would have won against Christmas as well. Nothing would have changed if he would have done that. But what would have happened if it was a Paul Christmas?
I don't know. I think Paul loses. And I'm not making that up. Paul empty chair. Paul loses. That's what he was against an empty chair last night. I mean, go back and watch how terrible Josh was. Everybody had voted in their mind and wasn't changing no matter what.
I know.
And I'm not blaming it on Raven. I'm blaming it on the fact that those people don't like the game.
And for the idea of just saying that it was personal, Cody had personal issues with Josh too. Josh mocked his girlfriend on the anniversary of her dad dying and was like so cruel to him and said horrible things. So you can't even say, oh, it was because Paul was dirty to him, because Josh was way more upfront and cruel.
But they believed that it wasn't even Josh's idea. And they were correct about that.
True. But why would you go, oh yeah, this guy's just willing to do and say terrible things for someone else. And so I
agree with you 100%. Look, Kevin's a stand-up guy from Boston. Everybody from Boston is a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
And he goes, what did Josh do? Nothing. Who did what Paul told him? Me and Paul were running this house.
Alex said after the show that she actually was full on voting for Paul until she was in the jury house, and everybody was so bitter that she said they told her that Paul talked shit about her. Paul made her a joke. And like, if you go back to the feeds, that's not really true. Paul wasn't joking about her, making fun of her the whole time. They convinced her to vote against Paul.
Yeah.
Which is the problem with the jury house.
Also a problem with Alex.
Yeah.
Because you got to be, what the fuck do I care?
Yeah.
Who made up a lie about me? That's the game.
Yeah. She took it way too I hated the little comments they made before they put the key in. Like, usually you just say one small little thing, but everybody was like, hey, Paul, fuck you. And then they put their key in.
That's true.
Yeah, and Paul's face when she said hers, he was like, oh, I've lost that. And they knew, as soon as a couple would vote, they would know what the next vote was, which is why I can't remember who voted for Mark or when she pulled Mark or Elena's. I can't remember who went first.
Elena.
Yeah.
Elena. When he saw that was Josh, he knew he was screwed and it was going to be down to Cody. And he was like, Cody's not
his face when it went to Cody. That's when he knew he lost. That's when he started screaming, not again, not again.
Yeah.
What a great moment that was.
Yeah, that was
I'm back into loving this show because I remember how horrifying that was. Because I was like, had this mix of like, how hilarious is it that this goofy kid is going to win, to just like pure horror for Paul and just being like, this is nightmarish. It's like watching a rape on TV.
And then he's just screaming. Josh is just going, ah!
I'm back in.
Yeah.
I love
Me
this
too.
show.
I'll never miss another episode.
Celebrity Big Brother, guys.
And no idea yet who they're picking.
No, and me and Chris were talking. We don't know if they're going to do like the typical, they announce a week before, or they're going to try to promote a month or so in
They
advance of
should
who's
be
in.
promoting a month or so in advance.
I agree.
I mean, this is not real, so be silly with it. Have the people doing talk shows before they go in. Have them getting advice. Book them on Big Brothers.
Julie Chen gave her pick for who she really wants to get, and it's the Mooch. She wants Scaramucci on the show badly.
I think he would do it.
He hosted TMZ the other day. I think he'd do it also.
I didn't know he was a celebrity since I didn't know who he was before his 1 week job.
I know.
I live in New York and I had never heard of the guy.
That's her big get for this year. So she's pushing for it.
I guess anybody who has done Dancing with the Stars probably would, right?
Yeah, I think anybody who did that. And then it's going to be interesting to see if they go after anybody who did Celebrity Brother UK.
Why is that going to be interesting?
Because, I don't know. I feel like it's an unfair advantage for people who already played the game before, even though this is different.
What American celebrities have been on the English one?
The Situation did it. Gary Busey, I believe, did very well in Celebrity Big Brother. There's some weird ones, like some reality stars were on it.
By the way, let either one of those two guys have every advantage they need. They're fucking hammerheads.
No one's picking the Situation.
The only way I would pick the Situation if I needed to fucking hammer a nail into a board. And I said, get over here, hammerhead. I grab him by the fucking legs and just start slamming his head in. Perfect. All right. Hit 19 more fucking nails and we're done.
All right, here's some more celebrities who did the UK version. Perez Hilton.
Perez
Hilton, Vern Troyer, Dennis Rodman, Bridget Nielsen, Tila Tequila, Heidi Fleiss.
These are all people who've done multiple reality shows.
And
These are
just
people who are
freaks.
just addicted to reality shows.
Just go after this real life cast.
How many years ago was that?
Wait, what was the surreal life
They
again?
were just in a house, but they could leave and stuff.
It was on VH1. It was, I think it was early 2000s. I'm going to say 2004.
It was a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Vanilla Ice was on it.
Vince Neil was
Right.
on it.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought your career was doing better than this. I mean, you're Vince Neil.
2003 was the Surreal Life.
Thank you.
And they won 100,000. So this is like a way better situation for them.
The Situation?
Well, I didn't even know that they won money in that. I thought they were just living there like real world.
That was
But
the
that's
last
the one
season.
with Brigitte Nielsen and
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
That's where they got together.
Okay.
And what did they? What was their competition that they had to?
The last season was a competition one, and it was just like weird. It's like Big Brother style competitions, except it's not Big Brother. Just those weird reality show, like find the apple or See who can go in this slip and slide.
It's literally the kind of fucking contest you come up for this show. That's why fucking Chris's house is stacked full of fucking prizes we haven't given out.
What is it? It's all in his house.
There's 8 large boxes of prizes in my home.
Why don't you give them out on the air? You'd have to fucking create something, right?
Yes.
You'd have to think of something.
Yes.
He fucking plays me the thing that he's doing tonight, right? It's like this. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the underground. This is Unmasked. I'm like, you've been to fucking shows before.
Sounds a little quiet.
Yeah. You've watched late night TV. You're supposed to pump the audience up. And this is a show done with zero fucking warm up. Oh, okay. Well, I waited till the last second, so I can't really change it. You think Trump would do a Celebrity Big Brother?
I think so. If they do it in the White House, and that's the Big Brother house this season.
No, he's got to go in the house.
You got to go in the actual house.
They're not getting Trump. They'll get one of the kids, though.
Imagine if he...
No,
if
I
he
want the president.
I'm going to be taking some time off.
Yeah.
Beating on Celebrity Big Brother.
I'm a super fan. I've been a fan for years. This has been my dream.
That's going to be his secret in the house. I've watched every season.
My plan is to backstab everybody. And he has to fucking... He has to play with Spicy and all the fucking people. What happened to... Remember America's Mayor fucking went so hard for him? And now you don't even see that fucking guy.
Yeah, where has he been?
Yeah, everyone acted like he was going to get in the cabinet.
That's the funny thing. Like, Trump picks somebody, they're best friends for a couple weeks, and then you just don't see him again.
He turns them into Josh, too. America's Mayor is on TV going, Hillary's a whore. An actual whore. She takes money and lets men put their penises in her vagina. I saw the towers come down. I was fucking there.
And then later, Trump could be like, I don't know, he went a little nuts. I don't know why he said all that.
He's crazy.
Look, I didn't lie to you guys. I've been playing an honest game. I'm sorry that this happened out there. I can't find anything Rudy's been up to. He popped out on 9/11 and said something, but
I didn't even see that. He used to, come back until people booed him and shit in New York. You never see him in New York anymore.
Yeah.
He was the mayor here for 8 fucking years. He was the mayor during 9/11. Then people will go, what about my cousin's cancer from helping? He just fucking dives in the car. He has a gold Rolls Royce made out of him going around telling people how great he did on 9/11. Corporations would pay him millions to come in and tell the same story.
Yeah.
And he's always wore the dusty hat. He still had the dust. He was fucking counting his money while he was talking to us on stage. He goes, look, somebody remind me, these are fucking stacks of hundreds, these are stacks of 20s. Don't fucking let me mix them up.
Italians love him.
On 9/11, he said war on terrorism still isn't over. That's all.
Where was he when he said it? Was he in public or it was just like on Twitter or something?
This was in public.
He was at the Playboy Mansion. He was fucking floating around telling 9/11 stories. It was him and the guy who shot Bin Laden together. They just go around getting paid to talk about it. Yeah, he was unarmed, and I just came through and just fucking put two in his chest, one in his forehead. So if you want me to sign anything...
Fox and Friends is where he said that.
He said, it's not like Pearl Harbor, some of the other terrible things in our history. The assassination of John Kennedy, the things that people remember where when they found out about it. It's something that's still going on. That's not a part of our history yet.
Why are you reading this to us? What's the point? That's not a crazy thing that he said.
I'm just surprised he would say that since he's going around all the time talking about 9/11 and
he's getting paid. That's like saying I'm surprised Chris fucking cares enough to run a board. You know what I mean? He's not doing it for fun.
I'm still surprised.
This is Chris during every show. So everyone remember, these are my quarters here. These are my dimes. Don't let me fucking confuse them. Did someone take one of my fucking hundreds?
Please look at Chris's hair right now.
What's wrong with
it?
it?
Sheepdog in there.
Seriously, the ass end of a sheepdog.
I think it's a good look. Everybody likes a sheepdog.
You might as well. I mean, I guess whatever that is works in Costa Rica.
The amount of hairstyles that happen in a week in this room.
That's a good look for me, I think.
But remember, it was Chris Christie and fucking Giuliani who were on stage with Trump in '91. They were the guys that were on the campaign with him. And you don't fucking see them.
Yeah.
You know, I saw Christie was fighting with some fucking dope the other day. I mean, he's just trying to be a TV guy. He didn't make it at the Fan. Now he's trying to make it at MSNBC for some reason.
I don't know. He's grasping at straws.
He is. He ought to just fucking sell oranges next to the fucking highway. Go down to fucking San Diego and just have big things of oranges. They're so cheap. I think they're taking them out of people's backyards.
What was his approval rating the last time we checked it? It's like the lowest
It's
ever.
the lowest in history of any fucking governor. And I will give him this. He don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
15%.
If his penis was big enough, he would walk around with it on the outside of his fucking pants. But he can't get it through his zipper. He can't fucking make it appear. He's the best.
He kind of is. He kind of is the best.
This country is so crazy that the Jimmy Kimmel test comes up now, whether the fucking healthcare bill passes the Jimmy Kimmel test. So see if you can find where Jimmy Kimmel went after the Fox and Friends fucking idiot, because this dropped any fucking... Go to the Mediaite. Go there. This dropped any fucking thing of comedy and has just become schoolyard in fucking no time at all. But like, it's really odd just when you hear like politicians bring up Jimmy Kimmel, because I'm like, the guy that used to have girls with big tits jumping up and down on a trampoline, that's who you're debating over this? What's that? Go to Politico then. Maybe Politico has it.
I got it.
Okay. So this is Jimmy Kimmel, and I didn't see it on the show, but I saw the the clips today.
I had an interesting day today, I'll tell you. So last night on our show, I took a senator from Louisiana, Bill Cassidy. I took him to task for promising to my face that he would oppose any health care plan that allowed insurance companies to turn people with pre-existing conditions away, and any health care plan that had an annual or lifetime cap on how much they would pay out for medical care. He said anything he supported would have to pass what he named the Jimmy Kimmel test, which was fine. It was good. But unfortunately and puzzlingly, he proposed a bill that would allow states to do all the things he said he would not let them do. He made a total about face, which means he either doesn't understand his own bill or he lied to me. It's as simple as that. So today, it was a bad morning for Senator Cassidy. He and his co-sponsor, Lindsey Graham, spent the morning defending the indefensible. This morning, the senator sat for an interview with Chris Cuomo of CNN and pulled the all comedians are dummies card. There's a new Jimmy Kimmel test for you. It's called a lie detector test. You're welcome to stop by the studio and take it anytime.
Harsh words, not apparently in jest. And joining us now is Senator Bill Cassidy. What is your response, Senator?
I'm sorry, he does not understand.
Oh, I get it. I don't understand because I'm a talk show host, right? Well, and then help me out. Which part don't I understand? Is it the part where you cut $243 billion from federal health care assistance? Am I not understanding the part where states would be allowed to let insurance companies price you out of coverage for having pre-existing conditions? Maybe I don't understand the part of your bill in which federal funding disappears completely after 2026. Or maybe it was the part where the plans are no longer required to pay for essential health benefits like maternity care or pediatric visits, or the part where the American Medical Association, the American College of Physicians, the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American Hospital Association, the American Cancer Society, the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, Lung Association, Arthritis Foundation, Cystic Fibrosis, ALS, the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, and the March of Dimes, among many others, all vehemently oppose your bill. Which part of that am I not understanding? Or could it be, Senator Cassidy, that the problem is that I do understand and you got caught with your GO penis out? Is that possible? Because it feels like it is. Now, I don't want to turn this into a Kanye and Taylor Swift type situation, but when Senator Cassidy was on my show in May, he told me he believed that every American family, regardless of income, should be able to get quality health care, and I believed he was sincere. Sadly, the bill he unveiled last week with Senator Lindsey Graham indicates that he was not sincere. It is, by many accounts, the worst health care bill yet. I have a clip that I hope will make what happened with Senator Cassidy easier to understand. This is from last night's Yankees game. So Senator Cassidy, he made a pitch that looked to be pretty good at first, but then it...
So what I want, just keep it running until he fights with the guy from Fox and Friends, not all the rest of it. That's the part I asked for. But anyway, this is going on, and you can see Jimmy's furious.
I like the moment the audience is like, he's listing all the things of funding that it would be cutting. And they're like, do we applaud? Do we laugh? And they're like, finally, he was like, Geo-penis. Okay, that's definitely a punchline. Okay, we can get back involved.
Here we go. Hit stop. Hit stop. You know, and I'll bring it back so we can see the part that we wanted to see from the beginning. Because to me, this was the funny part.
Emmys may have been the lowest from our friends at Fox, particularly from our friends at Fox and Friends.
Sunday's politically charged Emmys may have been the lowest rate in history, but that's not stopping Hollywood elites like comedian Jimmy Kimmel for pushing their politics on the rest of the country. Watch.
Thanks, Brian. That was Brian Kilmeade. And the reason I found this comment to be particularly annoying is because this is a guy, Brian Kilmeade, who whenever I see him, kisses my ass like a little boy meeting Batman. Oh, he's such a fan. He's been to the show. He follows me on Twitter. He asked me to write a blurb for his book, which I did. He calls my agent looking for projects. He's dying to be a member of the Hollywood elite. The only reason he's not a member of the Hollywood elite is because nobody will hire him to be one. And you know, the reason I'm talking about this is because my son had an open heart surgery and has to have 2 more. And because of that, I learned that there are kids with no insurance in the same situation. I don't get anything out of this, Brian, you phony little creep. Oh, I'll pound you when I see you. That
is my blow. All right. Now, here's the deal. Is Brian going to have somebody walk him to the fucking bus? Or is he going to be standing out at the bike rack? 3 p.m., motherfucker. 3 o'clock at the bike rack, you wise ass, you little phony creep. So, I mean, that really did turn fucking schoolyard very, very fast.
Very quick, yeah.
I don't know if this guy, I don't know, Brian what from Fox and Friends?
It says...
I don't know his last name.
Okay. So the point is, did that guy respond today? That would be the interesting thing.
Brian Kilmeade.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm ready.
What do you do when you're in that fucking position? You know what I mean?
Right.
When you're a Brian Kilmeade. Do you come out today? Hey, fuck you, Jimmy Kimmel. You fucking said about my book because it's fucking great.
And I don't want to be a member of Hollywood elite.
And I don't want you starting trouble with me. Or you will be reported.
They say this is him responding.
Okay.
What we're doing on our show is we're talking to the people in the fray and the analysts on both sides. Last night, Jimmy Kimmel personally attacked me. What I do is I do this morning show so I can't see it, but I got up and had a chance to look at the clip. And this is what I would like to say on this. Hope your son gets better. I hope your son gets all the care he needs. Ooh. I'm glad you're interested. You're causing the dialogue. You're doing a great job bringing the dialogue out, but you should actually do what we're doing. Talk to the people that wrote it. Yeah, Senator Graham, Senator Cassidy, asking tough questions to Michael, and we'll see where we go from here. About me and you personally, yeah, I did this thing called Request an Interview for an up-and-coming talk show host who did a great job on Fox Sports, and even when you weren't getting great ratings, I thought you and the show was excellent. When I was at American Idol across the street at the finale, I walked over at least 2 years, maybe 3 years, and you were kind enough to give an interview to me. I thought the pieces went great. I didn't kiss your butt. I thought you did a good job, and I thought I'd highlight behind the scenes on an up-and-coming talk show. As you me trying to get you to blurb the book. A little mistaken. I actually tried to get you in this book in 2003. It's How You Play the Game. The Games Do Count. 2 books back to back. I wanted to focus on people in sports and how it helped them later on in life. Got guys like The Rock to be in it, President Bush to be in it, Robin Williams to be in it. I wanted you to be in it. It didn't work out. I didn't think that was a negative. Continue to do a great job. Best of luck with your son. Back in a moment.
You got him. You fucking took him down a peg.
Yep.
By the way, you sound like you're kissing his ass right now, dude.
Yeah, continue.
That's ass kissy.
He loves the Hollywood elite.
He does. A book that I put out is about how playing sports earlier helps you. I talked to Mickey Mantle about it. It helped him playing baseball as a kid. Helped him play baseball as an adult.
How? Please explain it.
I talked to Johnny Unitas about how playing football when he was younger prepared him in a way for his job. Football. For the Baltimore Colts. Okay? I talked to Muhammad Ali, how fighting and boxing and being in the gym helped him in his championship fights. If he doesn't train as a young man, he doesn't win a championship fight. I just heard today that your son's sick. Sorry to hear about it. I walked all the way across the street from American Idol. Your ratings weren't that great. I still thought you were terrific. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's awkward.
He's afraid now that he's going to be at a Hollywood elite party and Jimmy Kimmel's going to fucking come up and throw a drink on his fucking dress.
How dare you, sir?
How dare you, you cockfuck. Slowly. What do you think? These are nitro papers? Do you see the way he hands papers?
Very delicate.
It's just that you're too big.
Were you trying to be quiet with the papers?
I was trying to be quiet. I didn't want the papers to rattle and rumble.
Let them rattle and rumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Look, Gail, I don't like to bring this up, but a very good friend of mine is receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Boston Comedy Festival this Saturday. Bobby Kelly's also going to be honored with Comedian of the Year at the same event, although we don't have Bobby on the show. Mr. Barry Crimmins is getting the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Boston Comedy Festival.
Yeah! I love it!
He's got his new album, Whatever Threatens You, that's going to be released tomorrow, September 22nd, through Comedy Dynamics. Will be available on iTunes. By the way, go to the BostonComedyFest.com for additional information. But Barry Crimmins is on the line right now. Barry, congratulations, buddy.
Thanks.
Congrats, Barry.
Am I supposed to die now?
I thought you'd passed away sometime back, if I'm going to be totally honest.
Barry, you've actually introduced me as the late Barry, which is what I think Cosby deserves that more than
me. When you hear something like that, is this odd to you, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, I get a lot of stuff. Not to diminish this is great, and it's my artistic hometown, and it's amazing. But on the other hand, it's like this annual trophy award,
right?
Just and it gets a little dusty sometimes. But,
I think it's great.
It's really nice.
I know it was up between you and Mickey Vernon. One of you guys was going to finally be
six Sackowitz. Oh, that's Jackie Vernon.
Yeah.
Mickey Vernon, the baseball player. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now, let's take a look at this. Do we know? Can you only get this award if you're alive?
I don't know, which means who knows?
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll get it. But I don't know. I haven't really studied the history of this award, or if they just made it up this year or what. I don't really know. I don't know. I'm just going to show up and say thanks.
Well, congratulations to you for it, and congratulations for the album coming out.
Yeah,
that's great. We'll get to be able to play that on Sirius XM.
Yeah, that'd be great. And God, a bunch of stuff. I just got back from Edinburgh. That went well, and I just I'm about to sign the deal, sign my life rights over to Universal. So
wow,
that's interesting. Yeah. So Goldthwait wanted to make another movie about me, and this is going to be a narrative, and Judd Apatow's producing, and
So exciting.
it's about to happen, I guess. So, and I'm living in Chicago. No, and I got married, by the way.
Yes, we saw the pictures.
That is so great.
And honestly, and I'm going to say this because you know I love you, but honestly, thank you for not inviting me because I hate weddings.
No, come on over. We're signing a lease.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
so you're going to stay in Chicago?
For a while.
Great.
We got to be here for a while. And actually, I'm working on a couple of things. Met a lot of people around town. Went to the George Wendt roast at Second City. Saw a lot of great people there. And remember Tim Kanzarinsky. And I'm out here with my buddy Tim Walko's hilarious comic. And there's a club that I'm going to try to help out and apply some of at least what I'm going to actually going back into production a little bit for the first time in a long time.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I hope so, because I just think one of the things that's screwing up young comics is spending their lives going from place to place doing 2-minute sets.
Right.
So there's a joint out here that's trying to figure out how to kind of do a little better. And my idea is to just create a situation where, you know, you might have to come there fewer times, but you get to do more time on stage and, you know, actually give kids a chance to develop. So that's, you know, I like that. That's fun to be part of that.
Yeah, it really is. It's always in the back of my mind too. You know what I mean? Like I always think to every time I go into a club, I go, I think I could. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Instead of getting angry with the people running it, you know what I mean? Some of the fucking vets. Yeah.
I mean, and everybody's trying, but you know, I've had a couple of good ideas in the past, and I theoretically have a pretty good idea for talent. So, you know, those two things, and maybe I can help, you know, get a few crowds in, and also a place where guys like me, or like I mentioned, my buddy Walco, or whoever else is out of Felonious Monk and some of my other pals out here. You know, we got a place where, you know, you're getting ready to do something real. You can go do an hour or something, you know, and it's not a big deal. And it's just sort of a cool place. Anyway, I think we're going to do it at this place called the Whip Theater on the far north side of Chicago. And Helen and I are, of course, residing in some of the tonier suburbs of Gary, Indiana. So
that sounds like a blast, though, dude. That sounds like so much fun for you.
What's that? Oh, yeah. And it's, I got reason to sort of stay around. So, you know, I'm finding reasons. And also, I'm probably going to start doing a podcast. We're just, you know, it's completely stolen from your,
unlistenable.
You know, that one. Yeah. And it's great. But, you know, like you, I got a lot of friends, and, you know, it just came to me. Stephen Wright always says to me, we'll hang out and talk for, you know, hours, and we'll just go, you know, people would probably pay to hear this.
Right.
It's like, and I would say, yeah, we probably pay to not have them hear it, but yeah. But it's a lot of fun, you know, when to sit down with your old pals and talk to them. So I think I'm putting together sort of a thing with that too. So, you know, I'm hustling.
I'm loving it, buddy.
That's so great.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. Well, you gotta do something. So, you know, my flight over to Edinburgh, I got canceled, so I had to be rerouted through Guam, and it was all right. But the flight was completely empty on the way over there. But getting out, it was jammed.
Wow.
These are Trump jokes, folks.
All right, brother. Congratulations with everything. And,
I love you guys.
See you soon, man.
I really tried to get there this week. I hope to see you in person very soon.
Anytime, my friend.
I know. Okay. I love you all.
All right, take care.
Love you, Barry.
Barry Crimmins. He's got that album, Whatever Threatens You, that's released tomorrow, September 22nd, through Comedy Dynamics, available on iTunes, and he's receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Boston Comedy Festival this Saturday, September 23rd. Go to bostoncomedyfest.com for additional information. just saying these dates weirds me out. I can't believe it's late September.
It's
already.
really, really strange.
That's
I agree.
Insane.
I was having that feeling today where it's just like, what happened in this year?
I don't know. And it's actually been a really busy year for all of us. I mean, we've taken the show on the road and going out and doing stuff. And the New York Comedy Festival is coming up. The Thanksgiving show is coming up. Stay close to Twitter and stuff when we make the announcement with the date. And we're putting together, honestly, the biggest and funnest show that we've ever done. Still working out some of the last details. But what's today? Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm fairly sure you'll hear about it by the end of the week.
Yes. I mean, this one is going to be so exciting, so fun. So we want to get everybody who wants to come out, let them know as early as possible. So when we make the announcement, you're going to want to jump on the tickets quick.
Right. And particularly for the hardcores, because a lot of people will want to come just because the lineup that we're putting together. I mean, you wouldn't need to listen to 1 minute of the Bennington show to go and enjoy the Bennington fucking Thanksgiving. And that's normally every year, but this year we're even going thicker. All right, let's break here. Right back. This is Bennington. The Bennington show. Come on, Gail. Craig. Jen. V. Jen had asked me a question about family reunions, and it's one I hadn't thought about in a while. Go ahead and ask away, Jen.
Well, I was just thinking, like, when I was younger, all my friends would take out, off of school because they would have a big family reunion, somewhere exotic. And, I had one when I was like 8. And now I'm like, nobody does that anymore. Like, it's not a thing. They have like those movies, those family reunion movies, but not anymore.
Now, let's think about, because for our immediate family, every Thanksgiving is a family reunion.
Right.
But to be a real family reunion, do you have to open it up and invite everybody who has a blood relation?
I think when I think family reunion, I'm thinking like extended cousin, second
you're like,
cousins.
Oh, you're my cousin. I didn't know that.
You're meeting people for the first time. And I think in my life, I was probably only at one gathering that I would consider a family reunion. And that was at your folks' house. I was very little. And I think I was meeting all of my second cousins for the first time. We're all about the same age. And I remember, my first cousins were there, all like my, your cousins were there and their kids and stuff like that. My great aunt and uncle and, a bunch of old ladies who were going, you don't know who I am?
Right. That's and my family loves to say, you don't know who I am.
You don't love me. You don't know who I am.
You don't know me at all, you shit pants.
You're like, I'm sorry. This is the first time we met.
No, that was just summer on the Chesapeake Bay. But you were so little that was probably much more overwhelming to you.
Yeah, I was probably about 6 or 7, maybe like 6 years old, because my brother was just little. And I think it was a big deal because I was like, oh wow, I have all these extra cousins and a bunch of little kids were running around.
No, by the way, Chris, you should throw a family reunion.
I can't. I don't have any.
What?
I saw Sal Vulcano last night. And he had said that he had done the DNA thing and that he was 8% African American. He said he had no idea this, but he was 8% African American. And I said, I would have thought more. And then we all had a good laugh at it. By the way, there were people at the show last night from Trinidad and Tobago, and I thought of you. I wanted to go and introduce you to them. I was at one true family reunion when I was like 5 years old, and it was like built like they even had put up signs, and it was on my dad's side of the family, actually on my Graham Nora's side of the family. So this would have been the Uses, which is the same last name as Opie.
Yeah.
So I go to that family reunion. Like I said, we were like, I was very little, and then they had a thing for. and this is what people did before video games. They said, all the little kids come here. We're having a peanut hunt contest. So there was this field, and there were peanuts in it, and all the children were running around. It's like crazy, like, you know how you do when you're little, to find the peanuts, and the parents were all cheering. They wanted us to find peanuts and get it and show the other families that you're good at finding peanuts. The little kids would run, they would find a peanut and run it back to their mom. I can picture this like it was now, okay? No, I'm going to say the truth. In my head, it's like an NFL game day film. But I had invented something there on the fly that no one in the Hughes family had ever thought of before. And that's when you find a peanut, you shove it in your pocket and keep moving. I didn't know why. It came to me instinctually. The adults were screaming. I remember hearing a lady going, "He's putting it in his pockets." They couldn't believe that I had come up with this. I had come back, and I'm not bragging when I say this, the most peanuts in the history of this gathering. Pockets filled with peanuts. So they had given me a little plastic cup. It was like about 5 inches tall, and it was a plastic version of a trophy. And I held it. I held it high. I was in the car on the way home going, I just put the peanuts in my pocket. And they were like, I looked up, I could see from my little seat, my little place in the back seat where my feet didn't even fit over the seat. My parents smiling and looking at each other. My older brother and sister looking down on me with a point of pride. And I knew what it was like to bring home a championship to the family. And I know I had done something wonderful. And as time went on, and it wasn't that much time, my older brother and older sister had been using my little plastic cup as a cigarette ashtray in their room so they wouldn't get caught. You know, they couldn't have an actual ashtray. And from leaning their cigarettes into it, it had melted a lot of the sides of it down. And I looked at it, and one point, I go like this. This had to be maybe 2 months later. I go, this old trophy has been through a lot, but it doesn't take away what we achieved that day. And I remember, like, people in my family, like my mom and brothers and sisters saying, you're talking about it too much now. You know what I mean? Enough time has gone by. We know that you came up with putting it in your pockets. And then I can remember the time when people start to say, what are you talking about? Peanuts. And I swear to you, I'm sure I'm the only person that remembers this now.
God, it's so sad because normally you would think it would be the opposite. Normally you would like see your great aunt at a family gathering and she's like, I remember when you were this big and you won the peanut contest. And then you'd be like, Dad, I've outgrown peanuts now, okay? This is the complete opposite. If you're like, hey, everybody, let's not forget the peanuts.
What I did was put each peanut into my pocket without taking the time to run back and hand it to my mom. I also think, and I don't even want to bring this up, I think my brother handed me a bunch of peanuts still. I think that might have helped get me over the hump.
Right.
The extra 20 or 30 peanuts from him.
It's a good amount of peanuts.
Now, that is true. But I do have a great grandfather who referred to me as Homer for the rest of my life because he had seen me hit a home run in my backyard. And now when my mom talks about it, she says, he never missed one of my games. He came to all my games. He never came to one actual game.
Right, this was a backyard game.
Hit a backyard game and just run around like a crazy person. And he's like, look at Homer go. He's a real Homer, that one. I think I'll call him Homer. And it was hard for me to run because my pocket's still filled with those peanuts. I wouldn't throw them away.
Oh my God.
There are people saying that every day that Chris Stanley wakes up is a family reunion.
It's wonderful.
I would ask my parents. I would see them on TV shows. Like, why don't we have a family reunion?
I thought you saw your parents on TV shows.
This
you
is so confusing.
The way you talk,
I saw my
man?
parents on TV. What?
I would ask my parents on TV shows. Like, were you on with them?
No.
Here on Mike Douglas. Chris, you had a question for your parents? What would you say? Why don't we have a family reunion?
Yeah. And like, well, your dad was estranged from his one brother.
No. So there is somebody out there.
Oh, no, he's passed away.
Okay.
No, there's no one.
You should go down to HR and payroll and let them know that you don't want any 401k or retirement plan because you won't make it that far.
Oh, that's already taken care of.
You don't have a 401k?
No. They offer it, but I don't take it.
I've never met an American who didn't think to himself, I need a 401k. But anyway, that's what I did to... And that the whole story is just for Jen right there.
Yes.
Now, would you like to have a family reunion?
I would love to have one because when I was little, it was so much fun. I think I was like 8 years old. I went up on stage. They still have me like a videotape of it. I was on stage like singing Whitney Houston's song. Like it turned into.
Please bring that in, honey.
No.
I gotta watch it.
Please.
I bet you were fucking adorable.
No, I wasn't a cute kid. I told
Please, to us you will be. I was just a little cake eater myself, eating my cake. Look, Vito so badly wants to get into this, but no. Chris pushed you out of the seat, and you should pay for that.
Yeah, what happened?
Why would you let him come? You were doing so great, softly handing us papers. It was fantastic.
So quiet in here.
Yeah,
I had to take care of something, so me and Chris switched.
Oh,
That
yeah,
means
that
poop.
poo. Yeah, there we know.
That's one of the many things I have to take care of, but yeah,
We know you don't have to
I
take
did
care of
poop at one
anything.
point.
Is it the other unmasked you're working on?
Yes.
You're not worried about time?
I'm a little worried about time. That's why I'm trying to work on it today. And
Because you only can see CRM help that fast.
yeah, but I think it would be a solid one.
Yeah,
Great one,
it'd be
amazing one.
a solid one, but if you can put it together that fast. From every aspect, it works, but time. And sometimes, by the way, I like to undo this. I do it every day. I undo it every day. Yeah, because somebody else has to go, now what am I going to do? Wind it back up? But I'm starting to like to hold the mic. It's become my thing.
Mine keeps falling out anyway, so I've just been holding it.
Earlier today, I was having an eye strain so bad that I was just seeing these swirls. And it's because I got these cheater glasses, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I am looking at 3 computers that are different places away. And then when he put up the other stuff, I had to say it from there. So my eyes cannot focus anymore. I guess my eyes are dying.
No.
Is the best way to put it.
Last night, I had a really bad headache, and I never get headaches. Like, it's like very rare that I get them. But it makes me think of that time. You know when people say to you, like, oh, I have a headache. And you're like, don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, someone says headache and you give them the least amount of sympathy.
I
It
agree.
always just
I
sounds.
agree.
But then when you experience one, you're like, this is hell on earth. And people who have migraines live in hell. Like, you must live in hell because it's the worst thing. But and then worse than that, when you tell someone, I have a terrible headache, they're like, yeah, I got to take something for that. So,
Yeah.
you know, like they just.
Aspirin. You got any aspirins? Advil is what I do. 1 aspirin and 1 Advil. Clears it right up. I never even say that I have a headache because mine are so light that I know these people who go like, I have to lay down and all that. I'm not in their league. I say the same thing about depression. Like, I feel like I'm depressed, but I guess by what you people are saying,
right,
I'm not. So like, I feel like I have a slight headache all the time, but it's not enough for me to even share that with people.
I get when I get it, it's like the ones like right behind your eyeball.
You know, that's tumors.
What?
That's eye tumors.
No.
You gotta have that scraped off. You have to have brain surgery.
I just won't. Just not going to.
It's gonna grow.
My dad might have this thing done on his brain, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll go in through the spine."
No.
You guys are saying no. They used to fucking try to crack the skull. They would saw through the skull, operate on the brain to go in through another way. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but what is that? What is the direction of it then? It's coming up through here?
Yeah, because these things are not like one long knife. It's like a little rope that they run up there. They just go up and try to lasso things.
Anytime I hear about any medical procedure, I'm like, that sounds impossible. Like, that just sounds crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how they do anything anymore. I guess with 3D printing. The amount of people that set the 3D printing that you didn't know about, Chris, it's astronomical. And somebody, I think TR sent me a thing where a guy does in his garage for $20. he will make a limb for your child. Free. He's I think
insane.
he lets people send him money and stuff.
Yeah.
But he doesn't charge the family. He's the exact opposite of the federal government and the new Trump care. But he was like, yeah, I'll make them like a little fucking plastic hand that they can scare the other kids with.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was any truth to the thing that I said, which is I think that I've heard that people want to be able to try to 3D print food, edible material.
No.
I swear I read that somewhere.
How could
And it was immediately after I said it, I was like waiting for someone to call in and go, "You're an idiot. That's not something that."
I don't know how you could make organic food in a 3D printer. I mean, what are you going to make? Eggs?
I don't know what it is, but I thought
egg beaters are best. Chris, what came first, chicken or the egg beaters?
Chicken.
We solved it.
That's
after
it.
all these years.
Wow.
All these years, thousands of years before egg beaters. Egg beaters is just, I think, 60s. 1965, 1966. And chicken's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Jesus had 2 of them. Wow. And today is today Rosh Hashanah or last night was?
It's a 2-day celebration. So I think
It's like
last
New
night
Year's
was
Eve and New Year's Day.
Yeah, so I think last night was like when they do the big feast.
And what is this the year of for the Jews? The year of the cat? Is that what they do? They pick a different animal?
I don't think so. I don't think they do.
I'm still writing dolphin on my checks. I'm still writing checks. That's what I don't understand about
crazy.
myself.
On the Hebrew calendar, it's the year 5,777.
Jesus, future. No wonder they're going around in spaceships. 5,000 what?
777.
Wow. I'm going to play that tonight. The lottery.
Box it.
Okay, I'm going to box
I guess
it.
you can play it all year.
If I don't box it, I'll wrestle it. How's that sound? Yeah, I'll play it every day this year and win every day. But do you think that they feel bad that nobody goes by that? They got this calendar that's fucking 2.5 times longer than the actual calendar. Now, today, for the Jews, it's New Year's, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for the Catholics, New Year's is on New Year's because we invented all the fucking holidays. Every holiday belongs to the Catholics. We invented Christmas, New Year's. We came up with 4th of July. Hey, there's the guy from The Office. Hey, there's all the people from Big Sick.
Oh, there they go.
I guess they're coming out of VW.
Yeah, they were just popping the W.
Just pop it in. Okay.
They pumped in.
Quick pop in, huh?
He tries to cover for himself very quickly. I knew nothing about it. It's just a pop in. They just had time for a pop in. The amount of people who could just pop in. Okay. Okay. I want to say Happy New Year's to a fabulous Jew, Mr. Mitchell Walters. Mitchell, lock it up.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Mitchell Walters.
What a great show today. I'm listening on my Sirius. You had a good show today, boy.
Yeah, thanks. That's how you
My
hear us.
holiday. Enjoy.
Now, what are you doing? Watching college football right now? Today?
No,
Is this
I'm getting
the
ready
Jewish
for
bowl
the
games?
lottery going tonight. And I heard, yesterday, Ron, you were talking about Jews. We have all the good holidays.
All right, what do you got?
Hanukkah.
Okay.
Strong, 8 days.
I know, but what are you doing? You're playing battling tops the whole time. It's just a little...
Do you get anything else other than that? It
No.
seems like all you get is the top.
Matzah?
No, the downside is you're getting 8 days of gift from Jews.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's the harshest part about it.
That's the downside.
Do you go to temple, Mitchell?
Yeah, I have seats.
Yeah.
I've been scalping my seats this year.
They do that. I was last night. They were doing stuff right, and down in Murray Hill, and the temple. First of all, I come up. There was like an ex-Irish cop was working the door. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, and he's going like this. You got
Cash,
ticket?
of course.
You got tickets?
11th commandment.
Everybody. He was checking their tickets to get into temple.
Oh my God. Tickets.
And he looked like Jimmy Schubert's dad just suddenly showed up. Like he looked like he should have been nowhere near a temple. You know? What do you got here?
You can go online. You can get tickets on ticket stuff. StubHub's got tickets.
What's it set you back? What would it cost to get to temple?
$200. Good seats.
Yeah.
next to the Torah.
Yeah. Give me something nice. I want to be able to say. Are you surprised by those prices, Chris?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm shocked. $200 to go to Temple?
Yeah, but these shows sell out, and they don't go to Temple all year. You know what I mean? Like they're
I didn't know that.
No, this is the only. It's very difficult to keep a church. These are buildings, right?
Yeah.
So whether it's the synagogue, a church, these are very expensive. A very expensive business to run. It's like running a bar, but no one's ever there during the week, and then they come in and they crush for happy hour on a Sunday.
That's the best way to look at it. You know, there are people there that you don't see all year. You know, trying to make up for the whole year of sins.
Yeah. What do you do? What are you praying for? Who do you pray to, by the way? But you don't pray to Jesus. Yeah.
No, I pray to the spirit above us.
Okay, spirit in the sky.
Yeah, Norman Greenbaum.
Yeah. As Norman Greenbaum once said, give it up to the spirit in the sky. Mitchell, how you doing with your football this year? A lot of people. Jay Moore fell out again, as always.
Yeah, you got a lot of guys who think they know.
Yeah, one guy who does, Mitchell Walters.
I'm gonna text Chris later with my selection.
Good. Chris, you gonna be open to it, or
I'm gonna lock that in for him.
All right, good. Lock it in.
Lock it in, lock it up.
Yeah, Mitchell, great talking to you, buddy.
Ronnie, I'll talk to you next week. Enjoy the weekend, Gail. Belmont.
Yeah, Belmont. And Mitch, I'll see you around the Laugh Lounge, okay? See you around the Laugh Lounge. All right, take care.
Peace, Mitchell.
Laugh Lounge is like a new app Flats is fooling around with.
Really?
Yeah, it could go big. Could be the biggest thing that's ever happened to the United States of America. Wow. Like, do you remember a time before YouTube? It's hard, right?
It's really difficult.
That's how Laugh Lounge is going to be. He's like, do you remember a time before Laugh Lounge?
But I do remember around the time when YouTube started and started to become popular, and I remember just feeling like this is incredible. It's like America's Funniest Home Videos, but you control it. This is great. Like, that's what I thought it was. It's like people can put their funny videos up there.
It's true.
And you can see guys getting hit in the nuts or somebody falling. It's great.
I only thought of it as music, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch these before it gets shut down.
Yeah.
Like fucking Napster did.
That, and I was like really excited because you would think about a scene from a movie and then you could put it in YouTube. And then, I mean, in the early days, it was not often, sometimes it was hit or miss, but you would be like, oh, great. I just saw that scene. I was just thinking that scene. I just want to watch that scene. There it is.
Hope of Greenwich Village. Just saw the scene I wanted to say. All right, I'm going to play a game with you guys right now.
Okay.
I know we got stuff to do, but, you just brought that up. Have we done, like, little hidden gem movies? And that's movies that most people don't watch, but you wish all your friends would watch. And I know I tell you guys to watch stuff all the time. You won't do it.
That's true.
I fucking beg you to watch stuff. Because I asked this to Vito. I go, Vito, give me a little fucking hidden gem movie that only you do. You know what he said to me? Star Wars.
Come on.
And he goes, I don't want to give anything away, but the Force is more important than you think it is at first. He goes, at first, you're not going to think the Force is shit.
It's underappreciated art.
Give me one, Vito.
Andy Samberg's first movie, Hot Rod, I think it's one of my favorite comedy movies. Nobody ever talks about it, like watching it again. Nobody rewatches it. I think it's hilarious, and there's movies I can still quote that are just ridiculous and out of nowhere. Like that, I think that...
I would say this, I've half-watched it. Half.
And you didn't enjoy it?
Why would I half-watch it if I was enjoying it?
Maybe you were waiting to enjoy the other half a few years from now.
This is why you got kicked out of the room by Chris.
That's right.
And this is why Big Brother's got canceled. I just heard from the networks.
Please don't cancel Big Brothers. We have one last episode. We just want to be heard.
It's canceled because of you. I want you to understand that when you go to sleep at night.
You did this to us, Vito, and you have to own up.
Chris, you give me one.
All right. There's a very small film. I saw it on Netflix. It's been taken off since. It's with Naomi Watts and Robin Wright. It's in Australia. It's based on Adore.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys what the movie is. So it's in Australia. And by the way, the fucking swimming in Australia looks stupid. I didn't even know.
Too sharky.
Yeah. So they're both best friends, right? They both have two attractive surfing sons.
Mm-hmm.
overly attractive surfing sons. They're MILFs. So you can guess what happens from there.
Oh, no wonder Chris
They
likes
fuck
it.
each other's sons. This is Chris's number one porn search. Mothers and Sons.
God.
It's an enjoyable movie to watch.
Oh my God, Chris! I knew it was going to be something sick.
From a movie point of view, Chris,
yes,
there is nothing there. I didn't turn it off because, I'm as sick as you are, but I kept it on. But there's no reason to enjoy that film outside of the scenes of a son. And by the way, they were almost like, they were so close. They're like mothers to each other's children. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
This is
God.
like aunt fucking at the least of your problems.
Chris, your answer is sick as...
It's not sick. It's a movie I think people would enjoy to watch.
Did you jerk off to this movie?
Yes, I did. I'm not
so I did not ask movies that you've jerked off to.
I've watched it again and haven't masturbated.
That's
I
not
was
true.
turned on.
You
but
can't say that anything interesting was happening outside of those scenes.
It was a little slow moving.
Yes.
And the thing with the husband came out of nowhere.
Out of everything came out. The fact that they both got the idea to bone each other's sons without telling each other was ridiculous.
They had nice houses, though. It's a little house porn, too.
Yeah, but I don't know. That beach is too aggressive for me. I don't
pretty
think
wild.
I'd like to be there. You know what I mean? It's just like, ugh. It's like when you see a beach house in Maine, you're like, why bother? Jen, you got one?
Yeah, I do.
This is a small Trinidad film.
I thought it was like the coolest, like rockery type. Well, I mean, at least how it was depicted. It's called Vinson and Roxy. It just came out on Netflix. It came out last year.
Let me take a look at this.
It's with Zoe Kravitz. I feel like you guys would like it.
First of all, I already like it.
Yeah, she looks so cool.
Is she rocking in it?
She has like these long like braids, but they look like dreads.
Yes, she's dressing like her mom.
yeah. Like and everything's pierced up.
I haven't heard of this.
Would you call this a box braid?
Yes, I guess. It's a box braid. Yeah.
I have never heard of this movie, but here's
Really
the thing.
cool.
I see... Emil Hirsch, who I love.
he's so
All right, I'm
cute.
already in because you have two people that I love, and then look at them. They're in a lover's embrace with guns, which is like my favorite thing. Anytime you get a Bonnie and Clyde situation going,
that's
I'm
exactly-
always
yeah.
in.
There's another Emil Hirsch where he plays like a rocker in the Lower East Side. Start watching, I'm like, hey, this looks good. And then I got fucking called away. I haven't gotten back to it yet.
Damn.
Can't think of the name of it.
That's what Vito was hoping was happening with his movie.
But it's really good. It has like a nice twist at the end. I was like, it's
Right now,
all right.
I'm going to be waiting for the twist.
Yeah.
Like, are they robots?
And Chris has a good sex scene for him. I know
Oh,
he
good.
likes that. Yep.
Is it anything incestuous?
No, you're so sick.
Or implying incestuous?
So sick.
Here's Andrew in Jersey. What's up, Andrew? What do you got for us?
How you doing, guys? I don't think this ever went into theaters. I think it was straight to video. The Hammer with Adam Carolla.
Really good.
Jane Lynch has a really funny scene in there.
Adam Carolla also did a very good movie about him being a comic that I thought was better than a lot of these movies like that you see about people being a comic. But I don't know, there's some people that they're very natural. Like it seems like, they're not doing a lot, but you're very connected to it.
Right.
You know, like to me, if somebody asked me to act, I'd start just blowing up immediately. Like, hey, we're going to take down this whole town.
Chill out, dude. Take it down a little. Just a little bit, or how many notches would you say?
The director will like, just be a little more natural. This is how I act, mate. You know, I lose my mind.
You know, it's one of those things that it's kind of like the most annoying thing, but actors love nothing more than getting an angry scene.
Yeah.
Because they get to vent, they get to do big, but you don't have to break down, you don't have to cry, but it's still emotional. And they're just like, cool. Chance to show my chops. Get really big. I'll be the loudest person on the stage or the loudest person on the screen.
Let's freak out.
And it's pretty annoying. Some actors indulge it a little bit too much.
By the way, that Road Hard was the movie that I was talking about with
Road Hard?
yeah, Road Hard. Jacob, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? One of my favorite hidden gems would be Observe and Report with Seth Rogen.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say it with Seth Rogen. Jody Hill directed this. This is one of the Rough House films that when we were in Montreal, I was talking about it. And the great thing about this film to me is like it is a movie. It's a comedy. Now, if you watch a lot of comedies, we have these stunted, aged men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's one of those, except for he mentally needs help. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like somebody should really fucking step in, and yet it's a dark comedy. But you're saying to yourself, well, hold on, this guy isn't just like Adam Sandler, like, excuse me, so sorry to interrupt. But this is like, if that really happened, you're like, hey, we got to get Adam help. You know what I mean? Like, this is a nice young man, and there's something going wrong. That's how I feel when I watch Observe and Report. And it's on again, and I want to say it. There's one that's on right now. It's on demand. That if people want to see what Catholic school used to be, this is a Brooklyn Catholic school in 1965, and it's called Heaven Help Us, right? And I brought it up to the Brat Pack kid the day that he was in here. What's his name? I don't know. Andrew Dice.
McCarthy?
Yeah,
Andrew
Dice McCarthy. I'm over here now. It fucking feels exactly what it felt like when I was a little kid, of how fucking, you know, you see that these kids are like kind of terrorized by the brothers and the priest and all. But why do they keep on being hard asses? Fucking people used to be such hard asses.
Yeah.
Like you could get hit and leave there and go, fuck that guy and fuck this school. You could be a Catholic and come back and fucking spray paint on the fucking walls of the church. I don't know why people, they must have been crazy. I always bring this up. There was this kid that was kicked out of Sacred Heart. He put a fucking, under the Stations of the Cross, he had taped up a hustler with a big split fucking beaver picture. And the kids, the Catholic kids were cracking up. So anyway, Heaven, I think it's called Heaven Help Us. It's really fucking strong. Tim, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Ronnie B. I was going to suggest Super with Rainn Wilson, Kevin Bacon, and Chicken Juno.
Yeah, I saw that. Again, this is like a superhero movie, but what you would really think of a guy like Batman, like, oh, you're insane, dude.
Yeah.
You got something fucking mentally wrong with you. There was a very short period of time where people thought, is Rainn Wilson a good actor? And then we've decided no.
We chose no on
You're
that one.
Kramer is what we've eventually.
Yeah.
I had him on a Unmasked once, and I started thinking to myself, let's pull that mask back down. I'm feeling uneasy with your weirdness. You're not connecting in the eye.
Let me just go ahead and pull this down.
Ryan, what's up?
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Hey, I think this movie got overlooked because all the SNL stars were leaving at the time, like Will Ferrell and Jimmy Fallon. But Will Forte's Macgruber is a really funny movie. See you.
I am not going to disagree with him. Will Forte is also nuts and also very funny.
Dude, I saw that movie because someone said, I swear to you, this is going to be really funny. I swear I watched it. There are parts that made me fall out laughing. I was like, there's no possible way. I cracked up. I mean, I thought that movie was so funny and was shocked that I enjoyed it the way I did.
Will Forte may be the most annoying person who's ever lived, and I'm a very big fan of his. He's so fucking funny, but it's so annoying. It's so annoying. It fucking Jeff in West Virginia. Jeff.
Hey, Mr. B, it's been a long time. The little hidden gem, I think, is Mr. Church with Eddie Murphy. I don't know how it did at the box office, but I love that movie.
I have not seen it. I saw a click for it, but what is it about exactly without giving away the movie?
Well, he helps a rich white lady and her daughter, and he's kind of her servant and butler, but he life lessons. It's a really Feel good movie.
It is one of what they will call the magic Negro movies, and that's where there's a black character whose sole purpose is to bring joy to white people and help them evolve. And it's almost like, they think they're not being prejudiced, but by movie, they also do it with gay people. Like the gay guys in the movie just be like, "Go for it, girl, marry him." They have no other purpose.
I'm your fairy godmother.
Let's
Get
you a makeover.
You stupid bitch.
Mike, what's up?
Hey, Benningtons and Pepper, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, so 2 underrated movies: Heavenly Creatures with Kate Winslet,
Yeah. Okay.
and Cabin Boy with Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
Agreed. I love Cabin Boy so much.
Also very annoying. Funny.
So funny.
But annoying. Brian, Syracuse.
Hey, Let It Ride, Richard Dreyfuss.
Love it.
Great
Love
cat.
it. One of my
Great
favorite
cat.
movies. Seriously, it may even be my favorite Richard Dreyfuss movie. And that's including Jaws and Close Encounter.
It's so good. It's a really, really good movie.
It's the greatest fantasy about a racetrack in history.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
A guy has a great day. And you know what? The odds are against you, but it
could happen.
There's an odd there, right? And he just let it ride. That's what he did.
It's amazing.
But also, it's that thing of being around track rats and how much fun it can be.
Yeah, Tony Cheeseburgers, the Indian guy with the chains, that guy was amazing.
Yeah, everybody in it's amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody in it is amazing. Corey, Texas.
Hey guys, the movie I was thinking about is it's called Double Cross with Dennis Hopper. He plays like a cocaine smuggling pilot. It's a movie from the '80s, and me and all my friends quote it all the time and stuff like that. But I never hear anybody else talk about it.
I am going to run around and look for this movie because the title doesn't jump at me, but I would have thought I've seen any crazy Dennis Hopper movie that's ever happened.
I don't recognize it.
Look who it is. It's our friend Julian from Los Angeles, California, home of the Doors.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Julian.
Hey,
What's up
Gail.
today?
I really love classic movies, but nobody seems to like it. But one of my favorites is You Can't Take It With You with Lionel Barrymore, James Stewart, and Jean Arthur. It's so good.
You Can't Take It With You. And this would have been what, 30s, 40s?
Yeah, it's like the mid-30s. I always think it's 1934 or 1936, but it's such a wonderful movie, and it's kind of lighthearted, but also has that, like, Depression-era vibe about it with that, sort of message of you can't take it with you,
By the way, look how great that poster is.
It's awesome.
Great. It's 1938.
Yeah, Jimmy Stewart was 18 years old in this.
But I just love it, and Jean Arthur looks so beautiful.
All right, I'm going to have to watch this. I don't ever remember. I'm not much of those kind of fucking, what do they call it? Like a farce? Like that kind of comedy.
Yeah, like a comedy of errors.
Yeah, like people are coming in and out.
I don't know. There's something about it that I really love, and it's I don't know. There's something just I don't know what about that movie I love so much, but it is one of my favorites from that era. And then also Philadelphia Story.
Oh, sure. Now, I found out though, as far as you can't take it with. My great grandmother did. We just packed a bunch of money in there.
Oh wow!
Took it with her, and we heard from her later. She was really able to get in some early real estate in heaven.
That's great.
And the views are amazing, amazing. So take it with you, folks. You gotta have some money in heavens. All right, talk to you later, Julian.
All right, later, bye.
Peace. I'm going to give you mine.
Okay.
I would say mine would be Welcome to the Dollhouse.
Oh,
which is like in the mid 90s. I was probably 95 when those 90s independent film were kind of at their peak. Same director who did Happiness, also very dark, but this one has a lot more comedy to it. It's very weird. It's still, I could watch it and love it. And I think that sometimes those 90s independent film, not all of them stand the test of time.
Right.
You know, you're like, oh, that was a cool thing and somebody attempted something cool, but it doesn't stand as a great movie. This still does.
Still does for you.
Chris, have you ever seen that movie?
I've never seen Welcome to the I've heard of it, but never seen it.
That's interesting. Scott, what's a little hidden gem you got?
Let me put down these duck comfy tater tots first.
We got Vito, see if we got any tater tots back there. If not, just give me fries.
Harold and Maude.
Oh, pick one of the most famous movies of all time. That's a great idea. Yeah,
no one I know knows about it.
Oh,
then you're hanging out with garbage people.
He's from Tennessee.
Oh,
I am.
All right, fair enough. Then for you,
Yeah, it's
Tennessee Underground.
It's a fantastic,
I love it.
fantastic film. Love it. Paul, Delaware.
Joe Ronnie B.
Yeah.
I got a killer movie, Rock and Roller, the Guy Ritchie movie.
I'm not the biggest Guy Ritchie fan. I don't know whether you guys are or not.
I guess he did a movie before that was truly awful with Big Pussy, and that's like, well, I'm not going to ever watch anything.
Oh, you actually
Rock and
turned
Roller's
on.
got all though.
Yeah.
Drugs, chicks, money.
Yeah, all his movies are that way.
You love that stuff, Chris.
I know, but he just didn't do it well. Revolver was the movie he made that was just a giant pile of
Well,
garbage.
you like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking, right?
Yeah, and Snatch. Snatch is fun.
Yeah, sounds like you are a fan, Chris.
You love the Sherlock Holmes films.
Anyway, I'm a big Gail fan, too.
Oh, that's very nice. Paul, pretty good prize closet for you, my friend. Pretty good prize closet. Because you kind of made us walk through this, you know? Our buddy Snowy, haven't talked to you in a long time. What do you got? Snowy, once, twice, you gone?
Oh, sorry, sorry, dude. Sorry.
No worries.
Caught me off guard there. I don't know how under the radar is. A couple years ago, a movie Henry Rollins came up with He Never Died.
I am a big Henry Rollins fan of the fact that he goes, music, writing, blah, blah, blah. But I did not see this.
Me either.
Don't know what it's about.
No, I haven't heard of it.
And you love it, Snowy?
I got a kick out of it. I remember maybe a couple years ago on Opie's show, and how he plays like a character. Someone's been like around for a long time. I don't want to give too much away.
Too late.
He's like immortal, and he gets the mob that's fucking with him and shit. And he has a daughter he finds out he never had. It's a pretty black comedy though, but I mean, it's a lot of gore in it. But
I'm gonna give it a try. I will. I really will. Thanks for that, dude. Let's jump over here. Marcus, Indiana. Marcus, what's up?
My movie is Kicking and Screaming. It was an independent film in '95. I think it was the first film by Noah Baumbach.
Yes,
film
I've
with
seen.
Sandler.
It's one of the smart kids,
right,
that are graduating from college and they don't know what's going to be next, but they sit around smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, this movie is great.
It is more fun than it should be. More fun than it actually should be. All the people in it are great.
Parker Posey's in it. Stoltz.
And they all find out that, hey, I had sex with your girlfriend.
Oh, how could you? I thought we were
No.
intellectuals.
I don't know what I was doing that night. I was terribly upset about something. It's like the thing of you're like, I don't like those guys, but I'd kind of like to be one of them. You know what I mean? I'd like to be an unhappy intellectual. It looks like it's a nice superior feeling. It's the exact opposite of Chris Stanley.
Exactly, yeah.
They don't watch
Tony,
incest
Callie.
movies.
Maybe they do.
Swimming with Sharks with Kevin Spacey.
Love that movie.
I loved it when it came out. I thought it was kind of brilliant. I watched it again maybe 5 years ago and go,
Really? Because I definitely have not seen that movie in a solid 10, 15 years.
I think it's worth watching again. It's just that there was a period, and this can happen with music too, where you're just so caught up in every great things that are coming out. I feel like we might look back on TV this way.
Could be, yeah. That we were like, this is a golden era of... Yeah, it's very possible.
Like, there are shows now that you're like, oh, are they trying to be Breaking Bad? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what was a TV show that I thought should have been much better? And that was that hipster fucking Brooklyn thing that Zach Galifianakis was in it.
Oh, Bored to Death?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bored to Death.
It was a good show.
But I wonder, why didn't it catch on then if it was such a good show?
Yeah. It
'Cause
should
it seems
have,
like
yeah.
it fits into this golden age thing. I don't know.
Bring it back like they're doing everything else.
Why can't you bring something back? Ooh. Let's go to Greg, Tucson. Greg?
Hey, Ronnie.
What's up?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Please say, dude.
What's up, Greg?
Hey, so the one that I've hidden gem that I love is it's kind of a Days and Confused ripoff, I guess, and came out at the same time. It's a stoner movie called The Stoned Age. Did you guys ever see that one?
I don't know this movie.
Mm-mm.
The Stoned
Yeah, the only person that's even of note in it is actually China Camper of all people. But it's a great representation of kind of the West Coast, like late 70s. Early 80s, how you had to drive around and there's like a social hierarchy and stuff. I highly recommend it. It's a funny little movie.
I see the blurb on the top just says better than Dazed and Confused.
And the thing is, Something Magazine.
I can't see.
It's called Something Magazine. Yeah, I don't know this movie at all.
Me either.
I'll try to find it. Appreciate. You know what? Pretty good prize clause if you like. Because this is when I like stoner movies. You know, that way when I'm at my house getting baked, right?
Yeah, when you burn
I
one
can
down.
watch this guy. I like to see some dudes who are just fried.
This dude's okay. You know what I mean? This dude's all right.
Like this movie.
Yeah. This reminds me of the joints I am smoking. Here, I'm having
Sorry.
I'm having a
Put my
dilemma
mic.
right now.
What's wrong?
I don't know whether I should go straight to the Unmasked or back to my house.
I feel like you have a little time.
Time.
How much time does he have in between?
2 hours.
2 hours.
I think that could be enough time.
Well, as long as you think and you guys feel like you can stall for me down there. Yeah. Well, we kicked it around, and I appreciate the stuff you guys gave me. Milo, what's up?
Not much. How's it going, folks? Hidden gem movie, I think, is Fifth Element.
No, it's a giant fucking major $200 million movie.
I enjoy it.
CGI. It's not a hidden gem.
It's not hidden, but it is good, but not hidden.
It's
in plain sight.
Look, can something be enjoyable and not good? Because I think, as a film, plot-wise, it doesn't work at all. Gary Oldman, there is no reason for him to be excited to get money from something that's going to destroy him. So that leaves it all crazy. Mark, what's up?
Hey, Ron.
Hey.
I got a good one called Rails and Ties with Kevin Bacon.
I don't know this one.
It's a really good one. He plays a railroad engineer, and he kills a suicidal mother who parked a car on the track, and he ends up taking care of her son without letting DCFS know. And Kevin Bacon's wife in the movie is also dying of breast cancer.
Jesus.
This is
so this kid lose two moms.
Is it a funny comedy? All right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we'll look into this. Thanks. Eugene in New York. Eugene, what's up?
Hey, Ron. My movie's Equilibrium. Christian Bale.
Again, pretty well known, right?
Yeah, it came out right after The Matrix.
Very well known.
I didn't really like it.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought it was like not as good as The Matrix. I don't like this movie.
Nobody's smoking weed. It's hard to find things as good as The Matrix, dude.
Yeah.
The Matrix is...
That's a pretty good movie.
I don't know. Has there been like a movie like that since The Matrix where you went, oh, that's better than The Matrix?
I don't think so.
Like a mind-blowing action movie.
A
that's just
mind-blowing
like
action movie that has the hacking and the futuristic, and the thinking man sci-fi.
I don't think there has been a better thinking man sci-fi since then. I mean, that was the craziest shit ever. I just remember the feeling of when that movie came out, and it was so fucking wild.
And the trailers didn't really give anything away. which is what I think made everyone
Right.
holy shit.
Yeah, you're right. It was like just what is the Matrix, and
Yeah.
you would see that everywhere.
Like the green code, and like, well,
Totally.
Oh, what's going on with this Matrix thing? I
Yeah,
gotta
but
find
you
out.
know what? Even seeing the film didn't mean that you couldn't go back and see it again.
Right.
And enjoy it. And it's a thing where people are like, still saying it today. What are we in the Matrix? What do you take, the fucking blue pill? And now the two brothers who directed that film are both sisters.
So strange.
That's the fucking Matrix. You can change your entire identity.
What a weird twist that was.
Yeah, I didn't see
Sister
that
number
coming.
2. Sister 1, I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Sister 2 was like, wow, that is pretty shocking. What are the odds?
I guess 100% in their family. John, North Carolina.
Hey, what's going on, Ronnie?
Hey, man.
You got to see this movie called The Fall by it's this Indian director Tarsem. He did The Spell too.
I don't watch those.
I saw it's good. It's made with all organic in-camera effects from like 2008. You should check it out. It's good.
All right, man. Thanks. Pablo, Jersey.
Hey, you guys ever see Dexter Gordon and Round
Around
Midnight?
Midnight. Yeah, great movie. Great jazz movie.
Man, with all the great jazz people in it, and Dexter Gordon, who basically played a burned out who went to go clean up in Paris, which was basically a continuation of his life. And you watch all those movies with rock stars and jazz stars in it; they're usually horrible. But Dexter Gordon was just being
Unbelievable. It's
I've never seen that one.
Great fucking movie. It's a great movie. You
yeah.
put the poster,
Top
Chris,
five, and
you
he
still
got
look at
a
the
nomination too for an Oscar, I believe.
Yeah, he did and I did. Both of us that year.
Oh, wow.
It was the first year for both of us.
Great.
Congratulations.
This has never happened before. We both won.
What?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Tie?
Yeah. And I went on with Paramount Pictures and signed an 18-picture deal.
18?
Yeah. It was all the same.
Even been done before?
No, never had been done before. And it was all the same movie. Like after the first one was like to be continued. And by the time we got to the 18th movie, nobody was watching anymore. It's like they just fallen off movie by movie. They just said it was going on too long. They go, why can't you do sequels or something? Why are you just doing a long thing? One of the movies was just me riding my bike. And a lot of people said I wasn't even running it very fast. They thought that I rode too carefully.
A lot of critics.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times if there was somebody else on a bike coming the other way, I would pull over to the side and get off my bike for a second. So, but at least we did it. God damn it, we did it.
Yeah.
You know?
Got that 18-picture deal.
Yeah. You call it picture, but either way you look at it, it's great. Oh, did I tell you about these great new coffee mugs at the Java Girl?
Mm-mm.
It was my favorite coffee mug. So it's just like a kind of a fun, cartoony skyline, but then it has a 10065.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, my zip code. So now I could drink and be looking at my own zip code, and I keep it next to my computer for when you have to type in zip code. I'll go, let me look at my mug. 165, but not 165. It's 165. And then the other thing, so then I say to my chick, I go, dude, we should just once a week get, buy a new mug, and then we'll have all these mugs. So she's like, no, that's too many of the same mug. But I love it. I love having my zip code on the coffee mug.
So, Sharks, are you ready to unzip?
Yeah. You ready to zip your way to profits and cash? Mitchell's called back. Oh, he hung up? I thought maybe he had his pick. Jerry in Ohio. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how about Runaway Train with John Voight and Eric Roberts?
I got shoes, Manny. I got shoes. This is a prison.
Line.
It's a prison. First of all, neither one of you guys have seen this.
I've not seen Runaway Train.
No.
It's a fucking prison breakout movie, and it's literally guys on a runaway train. And I'm telling you, it's fucking fantastic.
Looks great.
Both the leads are fantastic.
And Rebecca De Mornay?
And Rebecca De Mornay? You understand that you're not even attempting to communicate, right?
Rebecca De Mornay. Is what I meant to say.
I mean, we figured it out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't easy.
Because you said M. Becca De Mornay. That's just crazy.
I'm back in the morning.
It's crazy.
I love that back in the morning.
We're going to announce the big Thanksgiving show, and I'm going to announce this now. Chris is not coming.
Oh, my God.
Because I want him at this studio cleaning things.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, with a toothbrush.
Why a toothbrush? I could have a larger brush. It seems the toothbrush thing is just going to take too long. I mean, I feel like I can get more done with a larger brush.
It isn't about getting more done.
Yeah.
It's about breaking you, mayonnaise. Okay? So that you understand that you're just part of this squad. You're not just some flashy, good-looking guy who can get all the girls, right?
Okay.
You're really in the service. You're going to be a Navy pilot.
And then maybe you can say, I'm back in the morning.
Back in the morning.
I'm back in the morning.
I'm going to watch this movie.
It's good that you try to make it go even further. You don't need in the service. You're going to be a Navy pilot.
And then maybe you can say, I'm back in the morning.
Back in the morning.
I'm back in the morning.
I'm going to watch this movie.
It's good that you try to make it go even further. You don't need to. Just talk as yourself.
Got it.
And when you do that, we'll laugh.
All right.
You're not even trying.
Understood.
Ted, Providence.
Hey, buddies.
Hey.
So, movie came out maybe, 5-10 years ago. Richard Linklater film with Jack Black and Shirley MacLaine. Bernie.
Yeah. Great movie.
I thought it was wonderful. I've never seen anything done like that where it was like an incognito documentary at the end.
Well, here's the weird thing. Go and look at his other films, and he has Bernie Workin. Have you seen the movie?
No.
Well, I don't want to give away anything, but he's kept this guy in his life, the guy that he based this on. You know what? Go into it blind.
Okay.
It's fantastic. Jack Black.
Bernie.
Fucking phenomenal in it, okay? For a while, I was calling it Fezzy, because it's like Fez when he was in a good mood. You know what I mean? It's like younger Fez, but if there was a twist to it.
I'm emailing myself, Bernie.
Good.
And that sexy movie that Jen
Adore.
recommended.
What was her?
No, not yours. Jen's. I don't want to watch that fucking
Did you
incest.
think you were Jen?
I just wanted to make sure, you
No.
get the name of the movie, Adore.
It's not it's Adore. I don't want to watch the incest movie. Jen, what's your movie?
Vincent and Roxy.
All right.
Never heard of hers.
No, she stumped us.
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird. Jen, go into the big ass prize class.
Yeah, Jen! Fuck yeah, Jen!
I think there's some. Necklaces there from Tobago, which is so close to Trinidad.
Your sister nation.
Yes. We need to break, Chris, or take it to. Wait, let me just put Kevin and Philly here for a second. I mean, the lines are just blasted, but I just want you to get Kevin from Philly. Kevin from Philly, what's your hidden gem?
Well, no, it's not so much a hidden gem, but
What's
it's
your hidden gem?
you said, it's Inception is.
Yes.
You talked about the Matrix.
It's
not
a
there hasn't been a movie out since then.
Yeah, it's worse.
Yeah, it's
but
worse.
thank you.
Bong.
Inception, you like less every time you say it.
I only saw it the one time, and I immediately went, nope, that's not going to be a movie I see again.
No. Your dream world is not a world at all. No. And then it ends with dream lover, so I won't have to dream alone.
The top's just spinning.
Yeah.
Dream.
And then for no apparent reason, they go into Splish Splash.
Odd choices
You
on
got
Nolan.
away from you went from like, hey, let's do something about dreams to like, hey, let's just pick weird 50s songs. Chris, I'm concerned. We're 2 weeks into the football season, and quite frankly, I think we need a redo on our season-long fantasy football draft. Well, maybe we try FanDuel this week, Chris. They've got the Sunday Million contest this weekend that will pay out at least $1 million in prizes. And I'm going to ask everybody on the show, if we all go into this together, Wouldn't we like to have $1 million for the show?
I would love that so
we
much.
could get some of the stuff we wanted,
Yeah.
goods and services.
Yeah.
Chris, have you figured out who you want this week?
I'm working it out now. I'll have a full lineup tomorrow.
Can it be the $1 million lineup?
It will be a $1 million lineup. We're going to be making money this weekend.
We're putting a lot of trust in you.
You can
Because we
trust
want
me.
this million.
I want this $1 million for you and me.
Because I was thinking about this. Money could make me feel better about a lot of things that are going on in my life. I could use money to improve those things, my relationships, my families. I owe quite a bit of money to certain people. I, for no apparent reason, bought 8 cars in the last 4 months.
What? You live in Manhattan. You
I
don't
know.
need that.
Well, they keep towing them, so I just go get a new car. 'Cause I hate to go down to that place.
Chris, we need that million.
Yeah,
we
I
need to play the Sunday Million.
Yeah.
FanDuel Fantasy Football is for everyday fans. New contests starting every week. No busted seasons. No waiver wire pickups to worry about. Something for everyone. Lots of contests to choose from starting at just $1.
Chris, write this down because this is what you're going to do for us.
Okay.
Just pick a contest.
Pick a contest.
Choose your team. Watch your score real time. Every game becomes more exciting with FanDuel. Over 2.5 million players have won a cash prize playing fantasy sports on FanDuel. Sign up today.
Go to FanDuel.com, click the Join Now button, and use promo code Bennington. New users get free entry into the NFL Sunday Million with over $1 million in cash prizes when you make your first deposit on FanDuel. Just visit FanDuel.com, sign up with promo code Bennington. That's FanDuel.com, promo code Bennington, void where prohibited.
Let's go through some wire stories as we end the show today. This is up on the iBank. Seems like everyone is mad at a tweet, as we often do. But this one is Melissa Joan Hart. How is she pissed off Twitter so much?
So everyone is upset with her because she did a screen cap of a news report that is saying Maria has officially made landfall in the Caribbean island of Dominica as a Category 5 hurricane. So she sends a screenshot of that and then writes, and just like that, our family vacation is canceled. Such a bummer. But we plan to hit the Nick Resort, Punta Cana Resort another time this year.
They're not going to have... Look, I just heard this from the mayor of San Juan. They think they could be without power for 4 to 6 months.
It's
4 to 6 months.
It's so
without
crazy.
power.
So everyone is pretty upset at the insensitive and kind of tone-deaf response to hearing that Category 5 was hitting her vacation spot.
And
It's
her
official.
and her followers need to get this update from her life.
And she got 703 likes on it.
703 people are like, awesome post.
Love it. Take pictures of food, please.
Glad you're not letting you get this. Let this get
All
you
right, take it easy.
down.
Come on.
Oh no!
Are you tired today?
I didn't sleep much last night.
You were doing much better when Vito was here.
You did sleep during the Big Brother text, though.
Oh,
yeah. I woke up like 3 a.m.
I just saw, I realized it because he said it, and I watched Vito's face whip around like this, like, oh, really?
12:15 today, you said I was asleep when you all were texting.
I was. And then I woke up at 3 a.m. I'm like, I texted
Bullshit.
everyone at 3 a.m.
And then you waited to text until the wake up time?
The wake up time.
wow.
What's the wake up
Like
time?
he texted around 7 or 8 a.m. A response, which is normally the time people wake up.
This is adorable that you are referring to all of our wake up time. That's our wake up time as a show. So you waited till wake up time for that?
Let me see what he wrote. Sorry. This was 9:19. A little even past wake up time.
Oh, yeah. That's what
Sorry, Vito. Big Brothers is gone now. That's what he wrote. No response to this moment.
Got nothing.
Nope.
So does it make sense for somebody to wake up at 3:30 and then sit around for 6
right.
hours? And
You're
then,
right.
Interesting.
You caught him in a fucking lie.
Not a lie. Because I fucking was up till around 6 or 7, passed back out, woke up for after an hour and a half, and then I was like, now it's time to
What
text
were you
people.
doing all night?
Reading the Daily Mail mostly and Reddit.
I don't believe you. Oh, about Big
Masturbating.
Brother?
Yeah.
How come your chick wasn't with you? Do you masturbate next to her while she's sleeping?
No, that's weird.
Do we have to ask specifically if you guys are already broken up?
We are not broken up. No, we are very happy.
We should ask everything like that. How's the check come in?
I can't talk about any sort of settlement.
So then, yes, it's there.
I
You
can't
have
talk
the
about
check?
anything. I can't talk about anything.
You
I
have the
can't.
check.
I can't talk about anything.
Bring $3,000 tonight. No. Just bring it. I ain't saying spend it. Just show it to me.
Separate in piles of hundreds and 20s.
All right, this is a wire story up. Bad NFL ratings could leave to or lead to?
Lead to.
Oh, I have leave to is a funny joke here. $200 million loss.
All I'm watching is fucking Vito's head whipping around. He just looked at Jen pissed. Leave to. And then she gave him one of these. Wasn't me. I didn't write leave to.
Who wrote leave to?
I gotta check.
Was it me?
I have to check.
I don't think so because I probably copy and pasted it.
I copy and paste too.
So we need to go to the originator for this.
It was Chris Stanley checking emails.
It's my fucking fault now.
Yes. Maybe if you were getting up at a decent hour.
Went out at 7:11 p.m. You could see he wrote leave.
No one else is fucking checking it. Great.
All right, so here's the thing.
Until Rod reads it. So it's back on YouTube.
All right, so according to Chris, bad NFL ratings could lead to $200
It's not even a typo. He wrote the extra letters.
No, this is just in commercials. Is that it?
This is in commercial buys for every network that airs the NFL. So like ESPN.
That's not a lot.
Yeah, I think they're talking about it's a 10% drop is what it would be.
Right, so they're making $2 billion a year.
Yeah, $2 billion. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't ever want to drop 10%, but how come people aren't watching this year?
I think, well, they're trying to blame it on the hurricane coverage for week one. That's what they're trying to blame it on. But I think just the games aren't enjoyable to watch. Last week, it was just a number of blowouts. It was like 4 or 5 blowouts.
But I'm not even sure it's that anymore. I think it's just attention span. I think our attention span might not be able to handle football.
And also, I would point this out. A close game doesn't make it a good game. A close game means both teams could be very mediocre.
Yeah.
A game I don't care about. I'd much rather see an offense that has their shit together or a defense that's just badass than I would two fucking slobberfests out there slobbering on each other.
Yeah, I think that's what happened in the Seattle game last week, where it was like
Slobberfest?
12-9.
It's not a good. Seattle's not a good team anymore.
No, that
the defense is fun to watch. The offense is not. So you don't want take that $200 million loss and just say to yourself again, shouldn't we have great teams instead of everybody's the same? Everybody. All right, we don't have enough time for the Lawrence O'Donnell, right? Because it's fucking 8 minutes of pure joy, and
It's
we
so
want to play
good.
with it. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow instead.
I would love to.
Tell me about Kim Kardashian frolicking on the beach. How's she looking?
She's looking fantastic with this third baby coming along.
Oh.
I mean, it's with a surrogate.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
So
mean, like
of course.
I don't think she's pregnant. It just doesn't even seem like it applies here.
With that third baby coming along, she's really kept her weight down
She's kept her weight down, surprisingly.
by putting it on someone else.
Right. She's not stress eating knowing that someone else is growing a baby for her.
Yeah, that's great. She hasn't even thought about it since she's going to be away when the baby's born, but her nanny will pick it up. And she'll definitely get to it by Christmas. She loves to put out Christmas stuff.
Wait,
Now, she looks great.
she looks good.
Yeah.
I love her hair like that. I'm so,
love
that's
her
not what
ass
you guys
like
are.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, look at her hair. Yeah, she's looking foxy.
What shitty beach is that, though?
Wow, that's too much seaweed.
She's at Coney Island.
All right, let me tell you this. This is quite tight around what looks like to be a hard vagina.
Yeah. There it is. Wow, there's just like so much room because of the hips and ass
Yeah.
that I'm like, I don't even know if that's a tiny bathing suit or is it a regular size bathing suit, but normally you're not seeing that much ass from the front.
Right.
I mean, you're seeing so much butt from the front view.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. But I do, and I've done this since I was a kid, thought to myself of people, she needs more tan on her butt because she doesn't even have like another bikini tan, which should be sexy. That's like a short tan that she has. But there are women that look like they have hard vaginas. And
really?
Yeah.
Muscular even, or you mean
they're
bone?
muscular, they're bony, they just seem in their genes to be hard. And when we're off the air, I will tell you someone that we all know.
Really?
Who appears to me to have a hard vagina.
Like a vagina that if you could just go.
Yes, a knock-on vagina.
Mm-hmm.
A vagina that could be used to have Federal Express stop by. Did you see the kid the other day that, he was passing out stuff and he found a wallet and the lady wouldn't open up the door? So he showed her, hey, he's in front of her thing. Well, look, I'll just put it under here. There was $1,800 under there. It was her husband's wallet.
Wow.
She wouldn't open the door because she thought he was a rapist. And then she went back and viewed her tape and all that and then put it in her Facebook. And now everybody's talking about this fucking Gober Pyle like he's the best thing that ever happened. All you have to do is give back a wallet that you found on somebody's fucking driveway.
Yeah, that's
and
not.
People are going, that's a great young man.
Isn't that
And
like
he's the future of America?
That's not. Shouldn't that not be like a hero? That should just be like this person did the decent thing.
I get mad when people get credit for nothing. The little boy that fucking was mowing the president's lawn, and everyone says
garbage.
He was going to be a fucking Navy SEAL, and then you see that he can't even line up a lawnmower properly.
No, it looked like shit.
I am not paying for this, son. I'm not paying for what you did to the front lawn of the White House.
Looks like garbage.
Making the
And then the thing I didn't like is that Trump went over and he's like, looks great. Look at how well he did this. And I'm like, we have to be able to respect your opinion.
You have a fucking golf course, and you would fire anybody who left your golf course looking like this. He's a great young man. I think I'm going to put him in the Navy SEALs next week, huh?
He's too young, sir.
This is like the guy who killed Bin Laden, that redheaded kid. What's his name? He wrote the book. The guy who killed Bin Laden book. It's great. I don't read myself.
People tell me it's great.
What's the story in the Raider Nation? Because I know that got sent to us from my friend Brian Baker.
So Raiders fans got into a big brawl just over who was going to get into an Uber.
Who were they fighting with?
Each other.
Raider on Raider crime?
Raider Nation Civil War.
Oh, jeez. It's already intense. Oh, careful. Somebody's going to get their fingers cut off.
I just saw a monster running away. It's up. All right, stop it for a second, Chris. It's in the actually hit pause so it doesn't go on. It's up to the Uber driver to decide whose Uber it is. It doesn't. No. It isn't a who got there first. Like it's a cab. The Uber driver has a request. But this almost happened to me when we were leaving Montreal. A guy tried. The guy said to me, "Please stay over here. When the cabs get here, somebody else will try to snake you and steal you." And I said to him, "I don't care what cab takes me. I don't have a favorite cab." You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not about the fair play of Montreal cabs. I just want to go to the airport. You guys work it out between you. And so they call one cab. I'm waiting for it. Another cab comes up. The doorman screaming at him. Another cab pulls up. He's screaming.
Oh my
God! It was
God.
almost a fucking three-way dance. I was almost there for a three-way dance. Do you like to see people fighting on the street, or does it make you nervous?
It gives me a little anxiety. It makes me very nervous.
For me, it's still entertaining. It's still the same thing that I felt like if people were fighting in the cafeteria in elementary school. I just want to yell, fight, 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 and use it as a reason to throw a plate and act like, I'll throw my plate, have a break, and it's near them. And it was like, hey, there was a fight. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
What happened?
Or sucker punch somebody I don't like.
I'm not even in this fight.
I know.
Yeah, but it's a fight now.
This fight has started, and we were all realizing that we're animals.
That gave me so much anxiety because I thought somebody was going to smash their fingers. Did you see at the beginning, he was pulling the door and the other guy was pulling it shut, but his fingers were in the door.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to take his fingers off. Also, at one point, I think Rita Repulsa ran by.
It was either Rita Repulsa or Maleficent.
It was very strange.
How is that related to Raiders, though?
The nation.
I don't know how.
They really co-opted a lot of things.
But I think it was Rita Repulsa.
It is true that it's just kind of a freak show there.
Yeah.
But the only true fans left in the NFL are the Raider fans. They're the only old school fans left, and they're trying to take that team away from Oakland and put it in a place that, quite frankly, Vegas. I guess I'll go there if the Eagles are playing. I could fucking go, but
no,
I don't see the Vegas fans caring.
I don't think it's a good idea at all. And it's making me depressed.
The Raiders will no longer have a home field advantage.
No, it's
really become vacation time for Packers fans and
Right.
Bears fans and Giants fans. Well, I don't make me go through all
What
the
other
teams.
fans?
What's that?
Chiefs.
Kansas City people don't travel, if you've noticed. I'm talking about the teams whose fans travel with them. Okay? Not just teams. Chiefs, he says.
Bills fans.
Bills?
They travel.
Do they? Where?
To the bar.
I don't know.
You mean to Jersey?
I don't.
Because they can drive.
I just see Bills fans some places, so I just assume they travel out.
No, they hate the Jets, and they're in the same state.
All right, so the Bills are off this list.
Well, haven't you ever played? Oh, well, you don't have people that care. But if you play the Cowboys, Packers, Steelers, or another fan, you know what I mean? Their fans are everybody.
Yeah.
Bills fans? Bills? This is why Big Brothers is canceled.
That has nothing to do with Big Brother.
By the way, take the tape that you have and let it rot on the dock. I want it to serve it as an example to other shows that do not deliver. And I'm not saying Big Brothers didn't deliver, but you guys are going to try to come up with why Paul lost instead of saying the game's broken. And that's if I would have had respect for you.
Like we gotta reshuffle the episode. Then.
So you just sat there and said, "Here's what Paul did wrong."
No, we didn't say
the ways Uncle CBS wants you to.
Uncle CBS is watching.
CBS.
Wait, it is called Big Brother. And I just said Uncle CBS is watching.
We were discussing how Paul should have won the game.
With who?
Just discussing. It was me and Chris talking about it, and then Adam Pock called in.
What did Adam say? Was he laughing?
Adam's been very anti-Paul all season.
What's his big problem? He just doesn't like the way he's manipulated the game?
Yeah, a lot of the people's biggest problem is that Paul made the game too predictable, and the vet, like having one vet in a season with rookies.
None of that is his
against.
fault, though. You don't hate him. You hate... And I hate the way you guys call it production instead of CBS. Production does this. It takes the fucking thing out of it, where to put the blame. Right, now I got a headache.
See what you did, Vito?
Should I cancel the Unmasked?
No, absolutely not.
All right, then just move it back to 8 o'clock at night, prime time for the cellar. Now, we'll be there at 5 o'clock tonight. I hope, you got to have tickets to come because it's sold out now, but it's going to be a great time.
I cannot wait. And I was so excited when she popped by yesterday. And I was like, I can't wait for this.
You're going to love this season. Matter of fact, there is, I think it's episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to probably rock Lisa Traeger to her core.
Really?
Mm.
I'm very interested what that is.
Yeah. It's a lot of where Lisa's taking her act now.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there.
Really?
Yeah. And done with a funner voice, because she has such a great voice. All right, that's it for us, right? We're wrapping this one up. I'm taking Jen to a family reunion where...
Oh, good.
I just hired some brown people, and I'm telling them to say that they're her cousins and uncles.
Get up on stage and perform. Would you perform the same song?
I probably would.
We'll always love you. Is that what you sang?
I did, yeah.
Bring it in, would you please?
Please, Jen.
I got it. Yeah, I got.
Do you got any pictures of you when you were little?
They're awful though.
I want to see one. Run it over real quick. You got 2 minutes.
Jen.
Hold on. No, I have to ask my mom to send it to me. I don't have one like on my phone right now. Yeah.
Oh wait, what was I going to tell you off here too? Oh, hard vagina.
Hard vagina.
Hard vagina.
A vagina that you could knock on.
Yeah.
In place of a doorstep.
Chris, anything to promote?
Well, I would have promoted Big Brothers, but Vito ruined that for the both of us.
You know what? I'm going to say yes to it. If we edit out Vito's voice.
I'll do that.
That's going to be terrible.
23 minutes of quiet. You are Vito. That's your ball sack.
This is our new segment on the show. That's your ball sack. And Gail Meets Girls with Molly Austin, Chrissy Chill.
I love that one.
Yes, it was so much fun. They're both really, really funny.
Have we booked Chrissy Cello on my show yet?
No, but we are booking her on your show.
Good. All right, that's it for all of us here at the Bennington Show. We said we would announce the Thanksgiving show by the end of the week. Tomorrow's the end of the week. We didn't have a promo yet. We would have. Anyway, we'll see you again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!